what's a black Grand National? Fuck being rational, give them what they ask for. It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really stepped, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on their ass. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made them niggas mad. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I ain't chasing cheap ass. Yeah, watch a nigga do it. We survived outside, all from the music, nigga. What? They like what he own. This the Alpha and Omega, bitch. Welcome home. This is not a song. This is a revelation. How to get a nigga gone. We need you a man, baby. I don't understand, baby. Pay a bill and make you feel protected like I can, baby. Teach you something if you need correction. That's the plan, baby. Don't put your life in these weird niggas' hands, baby. Whoa! It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really stepped, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on their ass. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made them niggas mad. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I take the G pass. Yeah, watch a nigga do it. We survived outside, all from the music, nigga. What? Hey, turn this TV off. Ain't with my type activities, then don't you get involved. Hey, look, how many shit I seen them all. Take a risk or take a trip. You know I'm tripping for my dog. Who you with? Couple sergeants and lieutenants for the get back. This revolution been televised. I fell through with the knickknacks. Hey, young nigga, get your chili up. Yeah, I admit that. Hey, black out if they act out. Yeah, I did that. Hey, what's up, though? I hate a bitch that's hating on a bitch and they both hoes. I hate a nigga hating on them niggas and they both broke. If you ain't coming for no chili, what you come for? Nigga feel like he entitled cause he knew me since a kid. Bitch, I cut my granny off and she don't see it how I see it. Got a big mouth, but he lack big ideas. Send him to the moon, that's just how I feel. Yeah, then it's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really stepped, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. But somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. 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 Ain't no other king in this rap thing, they siblings. Nothing but my children. One shot, they disappearing. I'm in a city with a flag be getting thrown like it was past interference. Padlock around the building. Crash pulling up in a marked truck just to play freeze tag. With a bone to pick like it was sea bass. So when I made it out, I made about 50K from a show. Trying to show niggas the ropes before they hung from a rope. I'm prophetic. They only talk about it, how I get it. Only good for saving face, seen the cosmetics. How many heads?
Nothing changes. All I want is a moment to think clearly. But thoughts come unrelenting, consuming every waking moment. My mind binds me and I can't escape. I shout for help, but no one hears me. One day I fear I'll just disappear. Lost in this chaos, I'm searching for peace.
What the fuck is up, everybody? It's John Escudero. I'm here with the boys, Nick, Greg. Say what's up to the people.
What's up to
people?
the people?
They like you. They love you.
It's the love. Hey, John. Guess what?
Hello.
Hey-o.
Hey! Oh, fuck.
Hey-o. I have the worst throat in the world to do any of that right now.
Oh, no.
Well, let's play a game really fast.
Okay, Jigsaw.
We love games here, podcast games. You know, people love to play games on podcasts. I have a game. Let's try to guess all the things that Paul Heyman actually spent the ECW money on. Not.
It wasn't a new set.
It certainly wasn't anything that
he. Sir.
How much money do you think went on like drugs?
Oh, jeez. For him or the boys?
For the boys, yeah.
A lot. I mean, for everybody. For everybody.
Me and Nick are on the same page there.
There's only one way to go with that one.
They're all like,
it's ECW. Come on.
They're like, Paul, what happened to the check? Well, what do you think? What do you think the fucking cocaine was free?
House was a little light. The house was a little light, brother.
I went towards
party after, wasn't?
Space. It was the vault space to hide the VHS tape where Mick Foley lights the chair on fire.
I thought those escorts looked a little too pretty.
Getting the rats ready to go.
It wasn't the usual Philadelphia ones.
No, these are some downtown streetwalkers.
It was just an aspect of the talent payroll.
Shane came back with those good Pittsburgh ones.
Nah, man, that shit is sick. Heyman was a sick man. I can't believe he lasted this long. Like, and he weaseled his way to the top like that. I'll never believe how that happened.
It's the most carny thing in the world. It's the most pro wrestling thing in the world.
Absolutely. No, because on the WCW recap show, hey, if you haven't seen it, make sure you go check that out at some point. We were looking at young Paul Heyman there at Chi-Town Rumble of 89. The dude is like 23 years old.
Is he with the Samoans?
He's with Jack Victory and
okay.
Condrey just left. It was Randy Rose.
Yes. The
young Heyman.
Midnight Express versus Midnight Express.
Right, it was supposed to be the new Midnight Express, and then yeah. Was it Condrey went home again?
Condrey went home because George Scott took over as the booker.
Okay.
But we got Cornette versus Heyman. You'll not believe how hard it was to pull up those 1989 Wrestling Observer reports.
Is it hard? They're not. He doesn't have them. He doesn't have them archived.
There's archives that exist, but you have to spend like $50. But like for whatever reason,
extra, like on top of a subscription,
something like that. But like all I know is like for whatever reason, 89 is just so hard to find. Like it took a lot of deep diving to hunt down the information.
Is Mac put it on paper?
Is Mac not letting you use his Wrestling Observer account?
No, that was it. It was so hard to find like the 89 stuff for whatever reason.
I was like, God damn it, he's on the show with you.
Maybe Meltzer was using some of Heyman's stuff.
I'm sure.
Speaking of which, was there ringside.
Dave Meltzer. I like Dave Meltzer. People don't like him because he's like straight. Like, I mean, let's be real, right? He's like neurotic. He's pretty sure he's on the spectrum, and he is, and that's great.
Dedicated to note-taking pro wrestling, you'd have to be.
There's the attention to detail, which is like insane. Like he's a fucking historian, probably the Earth's like premier wrestling historian. I can't think of another, at least high profile. There might be some whose names we don't know that are part of like the Cauliflower Club. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Good old Bill Apter.
After, but I don't even know if Bill Apter can pull facts out the top of his head. Bill Apter be a little senile.
That's why he's perfect for wrestling.
But Dave doesn't consider your feeling. Like he doesn't consider the way people will feel about something. And it's not like I don't give a fuck kind of way. It's just like he just says things.
It's pure numbers and facts.
And people get so mad at him, like you're defending, and he's just. I don't even think he thinks of
telling the truth.
Telling them like, literal numbers. What do they want?
That's what happened earlier this week with Bubba Ray Dudley and Dave, where Bubba Ray, he went on his usual shtick about fucking 5 stars don't matter as long as I have 5 zeros in my bank account, which is like the most basic low IQ fucking thing you can get to say. You can say to get like the cheapest pop from the dumbest people. Like, yeah, money, you get it. Like, I get it. Yeah, yes, everybody wants to get paid. Like,
question.
Duh.
Does that also include like the decimal points?
Of course, 5.25. Max says the Consolidation Podcast. We're the main course, you motherfucker.
This is the one that started it all.
This is the first. This. We're getting back to that.
This is the most lit Dynamite recap ever.
Because it's got everything else attached to it. Anyway, Dave responded to Bubba Ray, and I gotta pull up exactly what he said because I love when Dave responds to people like this. It's like he's inadvertently like I think this time though. I think he did it with a little spice. I felt a little spice on that. No. I was like, he's a little spicy. You put a little pepper on it, I thought.
Here's what I want to say. Like Ric Flair said when he first met Dave Meltzer at Chi-Town Rumble '89, he was saying like Dave Meltzer was a tough-looking powerlifter. That's who he thought was sitting there at ringside.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna actually pull up the Bubba Ray clip and everything. You guys talk.
Massive mullet.
I'll be right back.
Massive mullet, and he's got the brightest, greenest shirt on. So Dave Meltzer, is the original green shirt guy.
Oh, jeez, that's a green shirt thing. I when I get into the Dave Meltzer thing, it's usually just a matter of like I'm not like a guy who I certainly don't subscribe. I don't even follow him, but like I always feel like when it comes to talking about Dave Meltzer, it becomes one of those weird things like explaining something isn't the same as defending it.
Exactly. And I think on top of that too, it's just like he literally reports things he's given, but just because you're reporting it, everyone wants to shoot the messenger, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Dave gets a little too much hate, and everyone's just like, "Oh, you're a believer in the Meltzer." It's like, well, yeah, he got like the longest track record. He's got one of the guys. Yeah, I said it, as Max said in the comments. Well, pull that up. Sure, 89 Meltzer, arms and hair out there, my man. He didn't need a coat. He's just got those arms, those guns warming everyone up.
Was he jacked back then? Was he really jacked?
He was huge. Even Ric Flair was commenting that he looked like a power lifter.
Oh shit! You know what? That makes sense because he's fucking jacked. He's ripped as fuck now.
John, we might even have like one of the pictures saved on the back end there.
Please please let me pull that. Please let me look through here and find a picture of Jack Dave Meltzer.
It became a thing a few years ago because they were giving guys, the wrestlers, shit about the fact that Dave Meltzer's at a PWG show with more jacked than all the talent.
I see him in the back.
My God, look at that thing.
Dave Meltzer, the original green shirt guy.
Look at the
holy shit. Arms. He's jacked as fuck too. Look at his fro. Is that a fro?
Yeah.
And look at the fake Von Erich on the far right.
Bro.
Oh my God.
That's his family, because he's always talking about bringing his family to shows. That's cool. But that he responded to Bubba Ray. I'm gonna pull that shit up right now. Let's actually watch the Bubba Ray video. I think.
Okay. Here we go.
Come on, you don't want to like look at this motherfucker. I respect. I should say too, right? Obviously, this is just some guy at home, right? So Bubba Ray is like Bubba Ray Dudley. I love the Dudley Boys, but some of the shit he says, man, it's like clear. It's like the most transparent, cheap bullshit. Like, come on, man.
But John, drop the bombshell.
Get up, get up, get up.
Drop the bombshell. John, if you're playing anything, I can't see it.
It's not up yet.
Okay. I was like, I was hearing something.
Here we go. Let's listen to big old Bubba. Bully? He's Bubba Ray again, right?
Technically, yes, because he's rocking that Legends deal right now.
Yeah. Okay.
The most important rating you can ever get on your match is how much money you made for your match. I've said it 100 times. I'd rather have a 5-0 match than a 5-star match. Because if there's 5 zeros on my check, I made a lot of money. And I can pay my car payment. And I can pay my mortgage. 5 stars on my match does absolutely nothing. 0.
The 5-star match to me is non-existent. It doesn't exist in my world.
Well, it really doesn't.
Should it ever?
For you, Tom.
Be nice.
According to,
you ever had a 5-star match?
I've never had a 5-star match. According to
that answered that question.
But I will tell you this: you go by the crowd, right? Dave, I've been to a lot of wrestling shows as a fan. I've watched so many wrestling shows. I would say Hulk Hogan had a 5-star match every night. And once that leg hit, everybody went nuts when he was a babyface and your WWE champion. Hulk Hogan had a 5-star match.
Jesus
every night.
Christ.
Everybody went home.
Oh,
excited.
you know Hogan's going to obliterate that with his Hogan lies.
I get the sentiment too. Like, I get what they're saying. Like, I understand. It's the same as the people who like don't win the Grammy, and they're like, well, the awards don't matter as long as the fans are happy and people are coming out to my concert. Like, I get it. You're right. You're absolutely right. But also, then why even make the comment? What compels you to comment on this man's opinion if it doesn't matter? If it literally does, if it's just one man's opinion, why do you feel so driven to speak out against it? It doesn't matter. I've never had one compared according to him. Like,
So
bro,
I would.
fucking what? If Robert Ebert and fucking whatever the fuck don't like your movie, did people go see it? What compels you to be like, fuck that guy? He doesn't matter, bro. You'll be okay.
So
This
the
restaurant doesn't
argument.
have Michelin stars. We're not eating here, guys.
The argument there does become that to some degree there has been a significant influence on younger wrestlers. So like there are guys out there, and I'm not saying it's all of them. I'm not even saying it's all the successful ones, but to some degree there are guys out there who tailor their match to that style, or to what they think will get them the big Dave Meltzer 5-star. Because to some degree, the Dave Meltzer 5-star is just as much a marketing tactic as anything else.
Here's the counterpoint, right? So what? Right? So what? What? So fucking what? Oh my God! There's a group of kids who are catering their matches to Dave Meltzer. So fucking what? Then watch it. So fucking what? I don't give a fuck. If it's not gonna work, then it won't work, and the kids will gravitate towards something else. That's just the nature of life. And if it does work, then you're a fucking outdated old fool. So like, what's the point? That's my opinion on it. But Dave responded a little more objectively.
Well, I guess if you're trying to reach these kids,
The kids, I have to stop them from making Dave Meltzer happy.
I mean, that's one of the things, though, is like, do people, back in the day, did people make movies just because, hey, I want to make sure I impress like Siskel and Ebert?
I mean,
think
to a
they're
degree,
actually-
yes.
I think exactly. So that's what I'm saying is like, why does that have to be a bad thing? Like, I'd say Dave Meltzer is easily, the Gene Siskel of wrestling, right? Like, it's a long established name that everyone knows, that has provided quality inputs, that has the facts down, and I don't know why that has to be a problem.
So the argument there would be the same as the wrestling one here, which would be, well, what does Gene and Siskel's thumb, Ebert and Siskel's thumb up mean to me if our movie didn't make any money? Which is a studio outlook most of the time.
I think as a person, as a fan, it shouldn't. First of all, as a fan, it should be your business. Like, what do you give a fuck how much money it made, right? Like, oh man, well, we won't get another one. Did you enjoy this one? Like, did you enjoy the shit?
Sure.
Dave Meltzer.
And I feel the same way as somebody who's like, why are we talking about TV? Why are we talking about Dynamite's ratings? Did you like the show or not?
See, ratings, that's a whole lot else, I think. But for me, like, I recommend movies to like, friends and family with like, hey, this was given X thumbs up, and like Dave Meltzer, for some of my wrestling friends, a lot of them have known of Wrestling Observer, a lot of them know Dave, and they might not be like as big of wrestling fans as we are, and some of them might even be very lapsed wrestling fans. But it's nice to be able to talk to them and be like, hey, this match by a trusted person in the industry was rated 4 stars. This match has 5 stars. Like, I think this is going to be like a good quality one. And like, hey, this is a 7-star match out of 5. We gotta check this out.
It's always gonna make me laugh that they have to speak, like, you have to say something, because I have to stop the kids from wrestling this style that Dave Meltzer likes. This idea that Dave Meltzer isn't even a credible a person to criticize things because he's one guy and he has a preference is also funny. I think you have to keep the preference in mind when you consider his ratings, for sure. But does that mean that when he rates a match highly, it's actually not good? Like, actually, he's wrong, and all those 5-star and 6-star matches are fucking dumb. and they
Well, I
suck.
guess and that would obviously depend on your opinion of his taste, which at that point,
Hate
why are
wrestling.
we
No, at
even
that point,
asking the question?
At that point, you fucking hate wrestling. I feel like if you look, let's look at Dave Meltzer's list of 5 and 6 star matches. Probably more modern, because more modern, he's very liberal with that, and you can just be like, I don't like Will Ospreay's style, so it's like let's take out 40 of those.
Sure, but like, see, as someone who's had that conversation and has seen every direction that conversation goes in, then you get to a very angry argument to where it becomes like
But the ones that are
the people who don't want to hear about Masawa and Kawada, or Gordy and Steve Williams are the same people who, to some degree, are very upset that Kurt Angle doesn't have one.
See, that's what's never mattered to me. The thing that the idea that, well, that must make this one bigger than the other one. I'm not even thinking about
the idea. I'm sorry, but the idea that like Meltzer's credibility is shot because Kurt Angle doesn't have one.
I'm not even thinking about that shit. I'm just looking through the ratings like, oh, okay, so these are good. I'll watch them. Thanks for the recommendation. Because that's all it fucking is. Recommendation.
Sure.
I recommend this match for its level of quality throughout.
Can I go blank? Am I blank on your
Yes,
end?
you are. Yes, you are.
Dark screen.
But that's what happens, right? Like it's because he's considered, quote, this industry leader like Siskel and Ebert. His ratings became more than his opinion, right, because we have pedestaled him.
Exactly, because he's been such a prevalent figure for how many decades now. And then, you look at the aspect too of, because he's been around so long and has seen like so much wrestling, like I feel like that also is like super pedestaled him because he's been around as long as he has. He's seen so much wrestling, and I think that's personally why I like his rating system, is because of the fact that it's not just like one straight up company. Like when I'm looking at this, literally the first one I'm seeing on here is Ric Flair versus freaking Hacksaw Butch Reed. Right. And that is a show, Championship Wrestling from Florida at Miami Beach.
Okay, I would have thought that was Louisiana, but I guess that was later, I guess.
I'm blurry.
John, I have it all the time on my screen, but I'm looking at like the sheer variety, and yeah, you might see some of his own like personal biases get in there, but again, he's a critic providing his opinion and his input from just, his refined, so to speak, just love of pro wrestling from over the years, and people's opinions can change, and that's probably why he's much more liberal with what he gives out nowadays compared to back then.
Sure, and then they like there was the argument with like Chris Van Vliet, where it's like where I guess in Dave Meltzer's head, it's like, well, is there even a difference between my 4 3/4 and a 5-star? It's like there's a lot of like weird, I guess you could say, nuance to the conversation, and just some other annoying factors.
The other thing too, when I'm looking at a match, like what happens, okay, say we take like Dave Meltzer's rating and opinion of the match completely out of the subject matter.
Sure.
Like you still have so many other people, you can always talk to your wrestling friends. You can always go to the Dirt Sheet Radio forums and check out what people are saying there. You've of course always got Cage Match, where you can see what a lot of other people within the wrestling community, especially in Germany, have to say. And like, I don't know, I feel like Dave especially has his, finger on the pulse for when it comes down to what a lot of people are watching and what a lot of people are looking at. Because when you take Dave out of there, a lot of the ratings are still relatively the same, and a lot of those sometimes even come out before Wrestling Observer ratings do.
Okay, I wanted to say, I can't remember what I wanted to say. I lost the whole point. Anyway, Bubba Ray talking about how 5-star matches don't matter as long as he has 5 zeros. So Dave says, did he also mention that AEW is the second most successful pro wrestling company of all time? Since if the only metric is money, then AEW over the next 3 years is guaranteed more financial success than any company in history, sans WWE. Also, did he mention all the great wrestling I saw in ECW over the years didn't matter, since it never turned a profit or drew over a crowd over 5,500? Because if he did, then I credit him for his consistency in learning the knowledge from the great promoters of the past. So by Bubba Ray's own logic,
sure,
none of the work he did prior to the WWE mattered at all. He didn't make any money. I mean, especially in ECW. where even when you thought you made money, you didn't.
You might be missing some of that to this day.
And then I said, Paulie, if you could just give me a $1 raise, I'll stay here in ECW. And he said, I can't do it for you, Bubba. Shut the fuck up, you cocksucker.
Oh man. There are degrees of the statement I agree with, and there are other parts where I was just like, why do you care? I think in the grand scheme of things, I think making the oh my god, I think drawing money is the most important thing you can do as a professional wrestler. Like if you're filling up buildings and you're bringing big ratings to the show, like that's what's important. If you can bring quality to that at the same time, I think that's the best of both worlds. I think the goal is to be able to do both, but the ideal purpose is to draw money so that you have value to the company.
I feel like too that brings up like the equivalent of, when I go to work, I like to do my job so I get paid, and if I can do really good and get a bonus, that's even better. But yeah. I also really like when my workplace gives me awards for doing so good as well, so I can say, hey, I'm a multi-time X award winner. So I think there's the kind of the balance there, like you were saying, Greg.
I think most of that just don't like the objective tone, like this idea that it doesn't matter, like good wrestling doesn't matter. Are you fucking crazy? Like as a child, when I was 13, maybe good wrestling didn't matter. I would have grown out of it very fast if I didn't discover good wrestling. That keeps me going. Okay, good. The dance, this weirdo fucking thing that humans are doing in that ring for some reason. They're dancing, but they're hurting each other. Why are they doing this? I have no idea, but when they do it well, that shit compels me. That shit is beautiful to me. Storylines are fun and they're great, and they're what got me into wrestling in the first place. And they draw money, and they're what you need to get on television. Netflix doesn't want WWE for wrestling. They want WWE for the fucking story. That's what Michael Cole said
quite succinctly.
And people get mad at that too. Like, WWE so anti-pro wrestling. Like, no, Vince has, first of all, always been anti that pro wrestling term. Because it comes with connotations. It comes with rednecks and fucking stupid people and poor people. That's what pro wrestling comes attached to.
Wrestling?
And for a while... And for a while, I mean, they fought for decades to get away from that stench. And I feel like they're there, like WWE is there. It's got a nice plastic corporate situation going for it. It doesn't feel like a mom and pop thing anymore. And that's fine too. That's why they make the most money doing what they do. You can never question what they do, but as a fan, like as someone that enjoys it, you're gonna tell me good wrestling doesn't matter? That's crazy to me. I'm rooting for wrestlers to make all the money in the world. I am ultimately mostly caring about whether or not I enjoy myself. So that's what matters to me. And also, this idea that great wrestling doesn't make money, for all the fucking faults that we have with AEW and the inconsistent booking and the this and the that and the week in and week out, great wrestling is what they base their whole business model off, and they're making hundreds of millions of fucking dollars. It's ridiculous. Yeah. This whole thing is ridiculous.
But John, their ratings aren't in the millions yet.
Ratings, but they didn't get $1 million, Greg. No, they got $100 million. It's different. It's different. It's on a different level. Of course, that's not to say like that. Oh, but they're perfect, but they have the crowd's declining. Yeah, fuck, they got things to work on. But
no,
this idea,
nothing in AEW's been perfect. I've been shitting on this main event angle for months.
Jesus, the Moxley thing is dying a death, and it has been for a long time.
But are the Death Riders?
But man, yeah, I thought that was funny. I was a little hot. I was hot about it.
Moxley's like, we're gonna kill the company, and everyone's just like, that's not what we meant.
Not like this, John, please.
They started off so hot, so strong. I was so interested. I was like, what are they gonna do next?
With the big Bryan murder.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
And
Which,
then,
by the way, I'm sorry, brief aside, is Bryan technically still an AEW guy?
yeah.
Like, is he with the company still?
Well, he doesn't have a contract. He doesn't like.
Okay.
But he was there. He was there today.
Okay. So there's no Legends deal coming his way.
No, I'm not sure that he's interested. From what he said, I feel like he's gonna stick with AEW for like as long as it exists.
That's fine.
I don't even even outside of wrestling, it feels like, at least according to him and Tony Khan, they've developed like a really close relationship.
Okay.
And that's cool. I think of all people to have a fucking close relationship with, if you're gonna have a Pat Patterson and it's Bryan goddamn Danielson,
Sure.
we've got a very nice future ahead of us.
Hey, listen, I'd only like him to have that Legends deal for content reasons. You understand what I mean, John? But
yeah,
if he
I
wants
think
to work
they'll
for
be
AEW,
fine.
I respect that.
I think they'll be fine. You get your fucking cause. You get the best creator wrestler Bryan you can get. It'll be okay. They'll keep the yes movements in the game.
You can have a Daniel and a Bryan in the introduction.
Daniel
Bryanson in the game.
Oh, you see? For now.
Yeah,
I don't.
For now.
We'll see if it's in 2K25. We'll talk about that in a little while. But should we talk about Dynamite?
It's only been 30 minutes.
It's only been 30 minutes. Hey, look, on the rundown, this was first. But Dynamite tonight was fucking interesting. It was a lot of fun. I had fun.
Where the pro wrestling is, some good and some bad, apparently.
I was like, oh god, a cat. Get out of the fucking way.
Kibby.
Yeah, but she's not even cute, like more like
John adopted the Teddy Hart cat that he tried to teach spots to.
She's fucking.
Oh no! Don't do that on the camera, Kitty.
She's in heat.
The cat is all elite.
She's in heat. No, not.
Oh, I see. Oh no, no bueno.
Please.
There she goes.
Anyway, Dynamite. I thought it was an interesting show. I was just like, what? This is a weird like main event. Like I guess they wanted to close the show with Kenny Omega, so they got to that. But like, it was just like, okay, Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong main eventing in this ass backwards tournament thing they got going on here. What the fuck is that about? They got a international championship series where two guys will fight to become number one contender. And then they'll face Takeshita for the title. And then the winner of that match will go on to the finals where they'll face Kenny Omega to defend their title.
What?
Final boss.
Wait.
What?
So Kenny Omega is the prize?
The prize? I mean...
It is Kenny Omega, to be fair.
Yes, but I mean the general answer to that question.
Along the way, you might get the international championship is you get to take Kenny Omega home.
I think so. He is.
You hold up Kenny Omega on the other side.
It's such a weird, like reverse battle royale type shit. Like, what is that? The logic here is, I try not to think about logic in wrestling, but sometimes it's like when you stick it down my fucking throat. Like,
sometimes
come on!
It's so illogical that you just have to like, wait, what?
Get your foot off my fucking throat with this shit, man! Come on, man. So now you end up with Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong in the main event, which is a good match. It's a great fucking match. But those are two. Orange Cassidy at best is upper mid card after the world title feud. Roderick is mid card, flat, like not lower, just flat mid card.
What?
At best.
You mean you weren't convinced by that Ring of Honor title run? I can see John's face dying because he knew where I was going.
Yeah, Greg, call me when they bring back fucking End of Heartache.
Yeah,
What the fuck? They stopped paying for that? That's how you know it's dead for Roderick. It's dead for Roderick right now.
Doesn't everyone use the Undisputed song now?
No, they have a new one. He had a new one tonight.
They had a new Roderick theme or a new Undisputed theme?
There's a new Undisputed theme that they just kind of bust out like within the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Actually, don't they all use the Undisputed one?
Yeah.
This is the first time
he gets to use his own.
I'm saying Roderick doesn't matter. It's not like hello.
If you came out to End of Heartache, you had End of Heartache up against Jane. That would make it, feel a little better.
See,
I came to play ECW feel with the licensed music.
Orange Cassidy back after like 6 weeks gone. He's got color back in his life. Right. I don't know what inspired him to stop being so angry. I feel like he didn't fully get revenge, but he's decided to let go, I guess. Okay. He came back and like he's got bright blue on the Tron. He even wrote like, "Look, I did it in color this time."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It was kind of more blue.
Yeah, the marker is blue and everything. The lighting is blue. I was like, okay. Well, he wins the match against Roderick Strong in the main event, and
Matt got the bug.
Yeah. Call me. I'll be waiting. It is a great song.
I used to always yell it when he went up for the End of Heartache finish.
I can't yell because my daughter's asleep, but I want to. I want to.
Right now.
I feel it in my bones.
No, that's a different song. That was the WrestleMania theme.
The trick is, instead of End of Heartache, just be like, "This is my curse."
They used Still Tipping for Brian Keith like twice. They tricked us. We're going to talk about that, right? We're going to talk about that in a little bit because I'll flip it over to the beginning of the show in a second.
Brian Keith's new theme song, though, with the Bad Apple stuff is so good.
I haven't heard it. I don't think I have.
They don't let him come out to it enough.
In protest?
It's awesome.
No, I think he's just been coming out to the Learning Tree stuff.
Is that just another Fozzy song?
I think it is, but I never heard it before this. I don't listen to Fozzy. I
haven't listened to a Fozzy album in a long time.
There's a couple Fozzy songs I liked, right?
Enemy?
Yeah, it's the obvious ones. It's all the ones I'm gonna say.
But no, like Brian Keith's theme song when you get the chance is literally just Bad Apple by Righteous Reg. It's so freaking
it's by Righteous Reg, the Twitter guy.
Bad Apple wants a bag in the
you know who this is?
Yeah. He's a guy, he's a Twitter guy. He's one of the he's in a Fightful team, I think.
Okay.
Hey,
I know
it's a great song.
I know they've used Mega Ran for like a pay-per-view.
He did somebody's theme music that he was very proud of.
He did, right? Yeah.
He's had a couple, I think. But
I think he had a pay-per-view theme as well.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I'm kidding. I know my boy Mike is a big Mega Ran fan.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, I personally I haven't seeked out Mega Ran music, but the songs that I've heard
he had a song for Revolution.
It's not that one. That was like a rock song. They had like a OC for Revolution one year, and it's like Revolution. It was weird. But Orange Cassidy pins Roderick Strong, so it'll be Orange Cassidy versus Takeshita next week. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to see Roderick Strong versus Takeshita, but this is okay. This is great. Orange Cassidy's a great wrestler.
Also, Mega Man's doing Shelton's theme.
That's the one that he did. That I was like, that he did. Didn't he do We Hurt People? Oh, was that
No, that was another guy you told me about who has a really like loud, not loud, but like high pitched.
It's not West Side Gun, is it?
I think it is.
Is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, he loves wrestling. Takeshita comes out. They beat on Takeshita and Mark Davis beat on Orange Cassidy. And this Mark Davis thing, is never gonna make sense to me. They're crazy for that. They were just
I think
he's in the
kinda
fucking.
makes sense to me. If
No,
He's in the
they
family.
need to tell you that. You
They
can't. I'm
did.
not filling in no fucking plot hole.
But
They
they
need
did
to
tell
do
you
a
that.
segment. I'm not listening to commentary. This motherfucker, Mark Davis, he had a problem with Will Ospreay, and then he disappeared for like 4 weeks, bro. And then one day he just showed up in the Don Callis family, like if he was always there.
Maybe they sent him to the same place. Maybe they sent him to the same place that Samoa Joe went when he got kidnapped.
I did see. I appreciate it though because it's done in a way where it's like, hey, we all know why Luigi did what he did. Medical bills are expensive. Don Callis took care of that, so he's got his own little Luigi right there with Davis. He's gonna be holding it over Will Ospreay's head because hey,
they should have. They should have gotten in the middle of that fucking ring and had Mark Davis come out there and been like, I was broke and I was broken and they fixed me. It's very simple. It takes like 2 minutes.
He was Frankenstein's monster.
Okay. Genuine question.
Don Callis is like, he's alive.
Genuine question. Does Mark Davis have children?
I don't fucking know.
Because I got kids is a great excuse for any nefarious behavior.
Good old Heath Slater, baby.
But you could just say that on TV, whatever the fucking thing might be.
I mean, I know you could, but like, it's better when people know.
I hate this. Anyway, Mark Davis and Takeshita beat on Orange Cassidy until Kenny Omega comes out, and they clear the ring, and then Kenny picks up the belt, and he stares down Takeshita, but then he looks over at Orange Cassidy, and he stares him down too because he realizes that's also an enemy, and that's how they close Dynamite. And I was like, oh. Oh my God.
Oh, we set it up. You can't just give it to me.
Can you imagine if like they started playing at the end of to like summarize everything we just saw?
Much more interesting. Open to the show, I thought. Like, I enjoyed the opening promo.
In his head now, John can't freaking.
I'm trying to move on from it so that it can actually fade away, hopefully slowly.
Since we're on the Dynamite recap portion,
go for it.
Time for me to bring up the thing I've been bringing up the last several weeks on the
Let's
Dynamite
do
recap show. This is AEW Dynamite number 281. The episode of Monday Nitro was 286.
Manchurian candidate.
We're this close. I can't wait to hear what Eric Bischoff actually says. 288.
We're on 281. We're looking for hitting 286 to tie.
286 to tie, 287 to break.
Yep.
That 287, they should actually do like a big episode. They should celebrate and not say why. They should never acknowledge why they're celebrating, but it should just be a big episode. Hey, we're celebrating the 287th episode of AEW Dynamite. Why 287, you ask? I don't know, but it feels like such a great number. So let's celebrate. Title matches.
Feels like
this episode yet.
Pyro. We invited Eric Bischoff, but he hasn't answered.
You just make various references to like to flammable like to flammable contents.
Nitroglycerin.
AEW Dynamite, the bomb. Hey,
no Jesus.
No.
The Dynamite girls.
Wait.
Max says he's going to be in attendance with anti-Eric Bischoff signs, doing it for the people.
That'd be a fun time to try the explosion match again, the nitrous match.
Oh wow! I still think they should go back to it. They're so scared now. I wish they could go back to it and do it right.
Hire the right people this time.
It's still crazy. It's still crazy that ending really buried like an entire match. Like nobody will even talk about that match.
No,
and it was not a bad match at all. It was the fucking explosion, obviously.
Okay, so wait.
Not pre-tape that beforehand, though.
Especially during pandemic era. You could have literally made it look like a nuke.
I was surprised it wasn't in the stadium.
outside,
Because
right?
that was
Like
what
the big.
FMW always did. They always gave themselves a lot of room.
Yeah. The barriers were way far out, even
Yeah.
further than they were in Australia.
Jesus.
No, but let me get into this Dynamite opening promo because I really enjoyed this, and
do it,
I
sir.
don't always like opening promos that are 20 minutes long, but this one I really enjoyed because they did the Hangman and MJF face off to kick off Dynamite. They're talking about their history 5 years ago. MJF won the Dynamite Diamond Ring
What, their
over
history?
Hangman. Yeah, over Hangman Page. They were two. I think they were each other. Were they like the first feud after the main pay per view?
They were in the very first match in the Casino Battle Royale at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, and they confronted each other on that show too during the Bret Hart segment. But yeah, they talked about that. Hangman says
We will
MJF.
never bring up again.
No, we never. Hangman says MJF has won so many things, but you just can't keep these fans. MJF cuts him off. I don't give a fuck about these fans. I just want to know where they get off deciding who's actually a redeemable person. They won't forgive me, but they'll forgive you for drinking blood, attacking veterans, burning down houses. He says they forgave you
we
when
already forgive him.
no. They I guess he thought he was good and then he turned bad again. And now he's like, I don't care about them. I just want to know why would they take you back so easily? He doesn't really care about himself. He just wants to know where they get off taking Hangman back.
And it was just all against stuff that he did to Swerve.
It's like, you're a piece of shit. How come they're cheering you? It's an interesting thing coming from MJF, who says he doesn't care, but you know he cares. MJF says, you took out this has-been Christopher Daniels, and Hangman cuts him off and starts flipping the fuck out. Don't you dare talk about Christopher Daniels. He went out fighting for his life. He died a warrior's death. He wouldn't have had it any other way. He said he was the best of us. These men like him made sure that these two even had a place to wrestle today. MJF could never understand that humility because he doesn't have the stomach for that selflessness. He's a selfish coward.
Which resonates deeply with John because the wrong 3 letters are on this show.
MJF is a coward and Hangman is not. He said he doesn't run from anything. I've worked for everything I've ever had, and that's why they keep on taking Hangman back. And MJF laughs. He said, "You a fucking child? I don't care how I've won. The history books are gonna say I'm a winner. That's all that matters." Then he calls Hangman the chosen one originally, which is the only reason why he got any of his accolades. MJF says all he ever needed was a scarf and a fucking mic, so Hangman could be the main character.
A knife, sir.
Or scarf and a mic. And so Hangman can be the main character. All he fucking wants, and then MJF spits in his face, and they start fighting and shit. And then security tries to break them. Or they didn't fight because they can't fight. They weren't allowed to touch each other. Yeah, security tries to break them up, and then Hangman starts fucking up security. And Christopher Daniels gets in the ring, and Hangman almost hits him. And someone in the crowd screams, "Don't hit your daddy, Hangman!"
Oh my god. That seems wrong.
Yeah, so Hangman stops when he sees Christopher Daniels, and then Daniels says, "This is what I was trying to get back. You know who you are. Don't listen to MJF." And then Hangman looks at him and gets the fuck out of there. So I guess Hangman I guess he's fucking remembering who he is by fucking dealing with an actual real scumbag. So it's like that meme, like fake shitters when a real shitter shows up. Fake villains when a real villain shows up. I really like this shit, especially the defense of Christopher Daniels, because that was a big thing. When he retired Christopher Daniels, he didn't realize he did that. He was like, "Oh fuck, I didn't mean to kill you. What? Wait a minute." So I'm glad he won't let anybody else talk down. He's like, "Watch your fucking mouth. I killed him, but he went down like a warrior. God damn it. No one else is gonna talk bad about him."
Fucking Hangman TA over here.
That's how I always wanted Hangman. And so they got announced for a match at Revolution, and I think at this point I started thinking to myself, you got MJF versus Hangman, you got Kenny Omega versus Takeshita, you got Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher 3 in a cage, you got Swerve Strickland versus Ricochet 2, whatever that's gonna be. I am gonna have to drive out to this fucking show. Holy shit! Even not thinking about the main event, which I mean, let's be real here, right? Like Adam Copeland versus Jon Moxley is not like the most attractive match, but they're also and the thing that sucks is that these Death Rider matches have all had like the same interference ending over and over and over again.
John's getting them bloodline flashbacks.
Jesus Christ. It'd be one thing if they were cheating every night, but it was like different. Like how different can they cheat now? But it's still a low blow behind the ref or you to interference. Fucking bullshit. So I expect this a lot of the same, or if not just Edge avoiding the usual interference and winning, which is like,
you know what? Yeah, you know what bugs me about this sort of thing is sorry. What bugs me about this sort of thing is like I feel like there's not enough involvement of the actual company.
Right, because that's how it all started off with the whole army.
Yeah, but also just like the it feels like there is no consequence for being a heel.
I do appreciate too the aspect where Cope is addressing that he wants to take down the other members one by one, but it's just like we've seen that literally before, and they just all of a sudden came back out the same way, same thing.
I have a single fundamental issue with this.
Go for it.
I was trying to identify it, but like, because I don't have a problem with like the physical match, like the match that they'll have.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll be fine. They're both fine. Like Edge is not a bad old wrestler. He's a good old wrestler.
No, yeah, and he's still got some spunk in him.
Yeah.
Moxley's a good wrestler too. So it's not an issue. The issue is that this story was Moxley shaking and jolting the young people in AEW to wake up and get their fucking killer instinct back and take what's theirs. And you don't have to take it from me because I'm a monster. And he's fighting off an old man. He's fighting off an old WWE man. This got nothing to do with the story at all. This is like anti whatever this started off as. This is just crazy to me. None of the kids can do anything against this guy, so we called in Grandpa McMahon. No way.
So it's like the babyface you established in 2019 is doing something else. The babyface you established last year is doing something else.
Remember when this started and you had guys like Daniel Garcia and Orange Cassidy and Hook all on like the outside?
Daniel Garcia, who disappeared from television. Where is he? Where'd he go? He won the TNT Championship.
Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ange.
That's what he was doing. Yeah, he was in a 6-man tag like a week or two ago. I remember because I looked it up because my friend thought like one of the guys in the NXT fake Shield gimmick looked like he had Daniel Garcia's build. I was like, he was on TV a week ago. I think I was.
They're going to be on Collision this Saturday. It's Death Riders, Pac, Yuta, and Claudio versus Garcia, Cool Hand Ange, and Daddy Magic.
Why is Daniel Garcia not defending his TNT championship? Why is he dealing with the trios championships? Anyway, he was supposed to do a thing with Shelton Benjamin that just disappeared, and then they gave Shelton the tag titles, and then Daniel Garcia got caught up in this. The bottom tier of the Death Riders angle.
Sucks.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Shelton Benjamin was like, and when this tournament is done, you and I got something to talk about. And then they never talked.
And they forgot what they had to talk about.
They never had nothing to talk about. So that was the opening segment. We followed that up with the opening match. The Ops, never lacking, defeated the Patriarchy.
I don't like it.
I like the Ops.
Yeah,
I like the
Ops.
Name. I like the Ops. I like the music. I like the shirt. But it's awesome. It's something about it's Samoa Joe. It's all Samoa Joe. It's like he took his whole aura and he absorbed Hook and Takeshita into it. I mean, and Shibata into it.
Well, I argue him and Shibata had the same aura anyway.
It's different. It's got Joe's spice on it. It's a little more urban. I think Hook needed that.
We got a lot of that in wrestling, don't we? These days.
Look, I welcome it. I welcome this urban wave,
this hood energy,
this great shift, if you will. there was a great shift in the real culture too. That's what happened. No more spiky hair and fucking striped polo shirts. No, now everybody's emulating urban culture. No more Limp Bizkit. Only fucking Ice Spice.
Striped polo shirt.
I can't believe the ops started eating.
Oh God.
Gonna kill me. Yeah, so this was pretty paint by numbers. Babyface beat up these heels. Christian kept pushing his children into the way into the fire, into danger, and eventually they get beat up and they lose, and Christian gets the fuck out of the way.
Shibata and Joe constantly tripping Kip and Nick was fun, and I really like that ending where Nick Wayne and Hook are going at it. You got the two prodigies of each side, and Nick Wayne goes up top but gets caught in the red room, and then Kip Sabian tries to go and rescue him, but Shibata stops him. So then Christian Cage is like, "My son," but then Samoa Joe is standing in his way and he can't get through. I love that. That was great.
It was pretty good. I was more looking forward to the next match. This Powerhouse Hobbs versus Big Bill in the street fight, meat fight.
The pillars and the tables like set up like along the stage the whole night leading up to this. So you would just see like graffiti tag tables that were standing up that said like Big Bill and Powerhouse Hobbs on them.
It made it feel like something was coming. Yeah. And they went out there and they had a fucking. I had a lot of fun with this match. They did big man stuff. Meat fight. Used a couple weapons. It wasn't anything like special. I wouldn't say you have to tune in to see this, which is unfortunate. I wish they would have done this on the pay-per-view with like some more time or something. But the finish was Powerhouse Hobbs goes. I guess they have this, like Nick said, they used to have the tables standing, but they set them up now in front of the stage, and they had steel steps conspicuously where the tables were. So you knew. You just knew, and nobody put them there. Like, why? I don't know. Why are there stairs there? So yeah, Hobbs tries to do a spine buster to Big Bill off of the steps through the table, but Big Bill is just too big, so he just takes a big bump. And he missed the first table anyway. Gets caught up in the barbed wire. Ref counts to 10, and he loses.
Big Bill stuck in the barbed wire. And by the way, Hobbs was standing up on those stairs, and Big Bill was still too tall to properly get thrown.
He couldn't get him. Like, he was too tall to lift him for the spine buster, so he just like fell.
He fell backwards. I love though too. He looked like he actually got wrapped up in the barbed wire too. That was great.
I did hear that. Yeah, like he was a little trapped in it.
He was like, wait, this actually fucking hurts.
We're supposed to have more time. No.
We followed to tie his hair up?
No.
Oh.
We followed that up with a interview backstage where Willow was like, last week they gave me 1 minute to talk, and then your fucking husband, Renee, and his friends fucked this up. I'm not going to let them, and then they fucked it up again.
I don't imagine that's exactly what she said.
She said it very nicely because she's Willow Nightingale, and it was very sparkly. And I don't have that energy inside of me. So they did fuck it up again. And as much as I don't like Willow being treated this way, if it's going to lead to her actually doing something with this, like if she's just going to beat up Marina Shafir at some point and help the hero conquer Moxley in the end, then fine, because that'll put her in a big spotlight. But Moxley and Shafir, after taking care of Willow and Gil, come out to the stage, pissed off. Edge challenged me. How dare he challenge me? I'm John Moxley. I was like, oh, is this the motivation? This is bullshit. Jay White comes out. Adam Copeland comes out. Cope and Jay White had a plan. They grabbed the Spike, whose name is Spike. And a steel chair, and it's like a toothbrush. I thought it's like a big toothbrush. They run off the Death Riders, and Cope says he's going to take down the Death Riders one by one until it's just Cope versus Mox at Revolution. I might leave early. I mean, what's the biggest possible thing that can happen? Right? What's the biggest ultimate conclusion that can happen? I can only think of 3. He loses, and they get confronted by. Well, he loses and nothing changes. He loses, and they get confronted by the next threat, which I always like. I think pay-per-view should end like that sometimes. I think when a thing gets with the next threat, the next challenge. Yeah, like I kind of hate when it ends clean. Like when it ends too clean. Like when the heel pieces babyface and nothing happens. Fuck. Okay.
And then it ends.
Yeah.
No follow up.
No, I totally get it. Like it feels like more shows should end with an idea of what tomorrow looks like.
Right.
Even past that, I love watching pay-per-views in like perpetuity, and being able to go back to some of those like 90s like WWF or WCW shows. I like watching them because it kind of shows you what's going to lead us into most likely the next pay-per-view. Even
100%. Like I used to love watching WWF tapes for the same reason. But so it's either that or Edge wins the belt. Or Edge wins the belt and Christian cashes in on him. And none of these things particularly interest me. Like, I can't think of anything that could happen at the end of that show that would make me be like, damn, I can't believe I missed it.
But what if they bring the boom?
Oh, no, you know what? That I would be furious that I missed. Big AJ did what?
Big Justice just killed the Death Riders himself?
This can't be happening.
Oh, my God.
Okay. So this is fucking fun. Okay, I'm gonna download this this footage that we have sent the group chat so that we can talk about what happened here or what maybe did what did happen. What didn't happen.
Anyway, it's coming and it makes me sad.
I'm about to throw up violently, John, and not because I'm sick.
I am.
I like Thunder Rosa.
Sick of shit like this.
Okay? I think you guys are being harsh. You're being mean to Thundy.
I'm being mean to this segment. It was mean to me.
All right, so Chris Statlander versus Megan Bayne was awesome. I was like, "Damn, look at these big bitches go!" And then this was like a fucking Haas match. I was like, "Damn, this is awesome." Penelope Ford attacks Chris Statlander, costs her the match, and I'm thinking like, what did Joey Janela do to Tony Khan to make him put his ex-girlfriend and his new girlfriend in a fucking tag team together? Like, he must be laughing his ass off. Tony Khan must have texted him like, "You're gonna want to watch Dynamite this week. I got a funny joke for you." I'm telling you, like, fuck you.
That's out of a rib.
It's a god. It is. It's gotta be. There's no way it's not. And I'm sure they're gonna be like, "Oh, we're all cool. We're all still cool." Yeah, that's not the point. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody is so cool with their ex that they want to see their girlfriend hang out with her. Like, that's crazy to me. But yeah. So Penelope Ford.
The nervous energy I'm feeling from afar.
Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne start beating on Chris Statlander, and that's when Thunder Rosa makes her way to the ring.
Oh, man.
And my thing is like, let's watch. AEW might get mad because it's a bad clip. They might take this down. They don't like when we talk about bad clips. But this is not like we don't hate AEW here like mindlessly, like dumb. We really enjoy it actually. And I'm a big ass fan of Thunder Rosa. I go to bat for her in my group chat where people are like, they're very harsh.
Wait a minute. Thunder Rosa.
What's going on here? She comes out, right? Normally you fucking clear the ring. Fine, they're not selling it. Okay, what's this? What is going on? What is that? What is going on? What is this?
I feel like
Wait.
I feel like somebody missed their cue.
Is it just me, or is that like the world's flattest chair?
So So that's the segment.
A few ways.
That's the segment as it is. Let's analyze this real fast. Normally, you see this happen in wrestling. The heels are beating on a baby face. Another one comes out with a chair. The heels get the fuck out of there. Oh, I don't want to get my head bashed in.
The big powder.
It is what it is. That's a wrestling trope. We appreciate it for what it is. We try not to subvert it, actually. It's because then things like this happen. The
Randy Savage side of the trope, though, when you run in with a steel chair and the heels stay in the ring.
He's just you just start swinging. So that's okay. So she comes to the ring and she's like, "They're no selling. We're not scared of you." Fine. Okay, fine. If that's the story, fine. What's happening with Thunder Rosa continuously trying to threaten them, and they're not selling her threats, and then they try to take the chair from her like she doesn't matter, and then she tries to act like she's swinging. Look at this shit. Look at this fucking. Can I rewind this? Look at this. Whoa. What's this? See, it was fine up until like here. Right. Okay. She got in the way, and she's like, okay, we're not selling.
My analysis here is Penelope Ford is trying to like the fucking spunky bodyguard is trying to protect her fucking whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. Up until this point, that's okay. That works. All right. What? Okay, they're trying.
Leaving the ring.
Yeah.
They're not leaving though.
Now there's absolutely no reason for Penelope Ford to clear that lane for Thunder Rosa.
So at this point, are they supposed to have left the ring and Thunder Rosa is trying to tell them to get out? And they're standing there laughing and shit?
It feels to me like they're supposed to leave the ring at this point.
But it continues on. She acts like she's gonna swing and then she doesn't, which makes her look foolish. What's that?
It looks like they're kind of bracing too in a way. So I think they're probably like, okay, we're gonna get hit. And Thunder Rosa's thinking they need to get out. What's going on?
And then the chair struggle where she doesn't get it from her. So there was no point of the struggle happening. So
and once again, nobody's ass gets beat.
Stephon Smith's doing a great job.
Who comes out with a chair just to get held back by a ref?
And the fact
this whole
is just like, yeah, you better run.
Again, like I said, it was fine up until a point, and then I think it looks like the girls Megan and Penelope didn't leave the ring when they were supposed to, and Thunder Rosa's trying to tell them get out. But why didn't she just scream get out if that was the case? So that might not have been what happened here. I can't identify the miscommunication. Like, yeah, Max said Chris Allen is fucking dead the whole time.
Plot twist, that's it. Stat was supposed to get up and clear him out.
What's that fucking... Thunder Rosa's busy worried about a chair. Statland is like, I need help. This isn't about you. This is about...
How do you fuck this up?
45 of the most excruciating seconds I've watched on a wrestling show in a little while. Because they look like they went into business for themselves. Like, fuck you, bitch. You think you want to come out here and threaten me? Like, what the fuck? It looked like
a complex fucking like segment.
It felt like a straight up no sell. Like, we not cooperating with you, bitch. We hate you. We didn't even know you were coming out here.
I'm not afraid of you or your chair. I'm just gonna stand here and watch. You ain't gonna do anything.
That's crazy. At this point, all she had to do, as a matter of fact, if you wanted to get Megan Bain over, Thunder Rosa comes out, whacks the bitch with a chair, and she just turns around and looks at her. Yeah. Easy peasy. Now she's scary.
Have her like backhand and swat the chair out of her hands.
They don't know how to book giants here, let alone a giant woman. So
yeah,
poor Steven Universe would never appreciate this. All he wants to do is see you turn into a giant woman, and they can't even book one. But yeah, I was embarrassed. And then worse than that, I don't know if you noticed. Look at this fucking logo on the bottom. That's an official clip. AEW shared this clip on social media. Why did they upload that to social media?
Wait,
what the fuck? The logo on the bottom left indicates that the logo of the Dynamite, the AEW Dynamite logo right there on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's from the social media channels. Always on the bottom left there.
That's not on live TV.
That was on live TV?
No, that's not. That's the point. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, social media clipped this and shared it. AEW's official channels shared this clip.
Yeah, like we took the clip from live TV, put our signature on it.
Right.
I know. I was just thinking, like, well, don't they always do that for social media clips?
Yeah, but you should not do that for this one.
You should not watch on social media.
That's crazy to me. But
to answer Mac's question, I don't think she's supposed to care that Penelope Ford's in front of her, but I think it's supposed to be Megan Baines out.
She should have swung it. She should have swung anyway. I guess Penelope is smaller, so Thunder Rosa didn't want to hurt her, Mac. You see, we're filling in plot holes here.
Yeah, like, to me, it feels like just a mix of communication. Like, I feel like they stuck around either going to business for themselves or just like, oh, she's going to hit us, let's stick around.
Or somebody doesn't know what the fucking spot is.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, like, Thunder Rosa is just like, why are they not leaving? Why are they standing here? And it just falls apart so badly.
It was rough.
That was cringe.
And so that's Dynamite. That was all of Dynamite, and I had a good time. That one segment was really bad. I prefer never to think about it again. But otherwise,
ooh, wait, they did have the announcement of Gabe Kidd on Collision.
That's right. That was a Collision. Okay.
The guy who's been running down AEW for months is actually coming.
He's a good guy now. He'll have good things to say. He's a nice fellow. He's a nice fellow.
And the Max Caster Best Wrestler Alive Open Challenge. Caster's currently 0-2 in his own Open Challenge, so he's gonna look to make it 1-2.
I'm sure that he'll Gabe Kidd will grab the mic and be like, they didn't even have the balls to put me on Dynamite, type of deal. He's kind of funny like that.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see what they do with him. I hope that what month is this? February? Okay, so it's not just like Forbidden Door build. They're just like, hey, we got Gabe. Oh, Mercedes Moné versus Momo Watanabe at Revolution.
Why?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Because Momo won a title shot at Wrestle Dynasty. She won a title shot against a champion of her choice, and she chose Moné.
She was ringside.
And we're putting this on the American okay, whatever.
Yeah, listen, it's for me. The fuck? Let me have it.
Okay.
I'll be there. And the crowd is not going to be with it, and they're going to be confused, but...
I'm glad you'll get to see Momo live, so I'm...
Yes, Greg.
It makes no sense otherwise. You can have it.
I love Momo. I think... I'm glad that they found a new... Like a new way to use her. I'm sad that they don't want to feature her, like,
as a top talent anymore.
Yeah. But it's cool to see her on pay-per-view like this. I like her. I love her vibe, especially now. She scares the shit out of me, honestly. Like,
but
yeah, I
such
can't
a
wait.
Confusing booking.
It is. It. I mean, like, listen, it's logical. She won a title shot.
It's logical if you watched Wrestle Dynasty, yes, which I'm not putting on too many people. But like, for the most part, nobody knows who she is, and Mercedes Moné, the heel, is facing this outsider that not many know or care about. So like,
who just got like briefly shoved during Australia.
Why that was what made me laugh.
Momo was at the Australia show?
Yeah, why? Why was she flying to Australia? Did they not? Is this an easier flight from Japan, possibly?
Kind of, actually.
Yeah, it would be.
Okay, then that makes sense, I guess. She was like, I was waiting for you to get closer, bitch. No.
Japan and Australia have, like, closer, similar time zones.
Yeah.
She said, I was waiting for you to come down here, but you didn't come to Japan, so I found you in Australia.
Yeah.
It's dedicated hatred. So that's Momo versus Mercedes at the pay-per-view. Though Mercedes has not accepted the challenge, actually. She said, if you want to challenge me at the pay-per-view. Bring your ass to a Dynamite and tell me to my face. So
I was gonna add that's why they have like so many Australian and New Zealand imports in New Japan. It's an easy pipeline.
Kiwi people.
You know, and Fale's training some of them, so like
Max is 10 hours from Japan to Australia. That's not bad.
Mhm.
3 hours less than to California.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be fun, and I'll really enjoy that. But I know the crowd's gonna be quiet for it, unless they really. I don't know. I don't know. I know the kind of match Momo Watanabe can have, and I know the kind of match Mercedes can have, and
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think like on a card like this one, where there's gonna be a lot of high energy, bad blood. Like I hope she's not coming on after fucking Osprey versus Fletcher in a cage match.
Right.
Like,
That's right, it's a cage.
And also, like to some degree, I'm also wondering, like, even though there are some seemingly obvious answers for this, like, are we getting Oedo Tai heel fucking Momo, or are we getting like
You're right. She probably can't be like Oedo Tai heel because Mercedes is the heel, and that clashes. But her mannerisms were still,
I forgot what the new group is called. It's not Oedo
she's
Tai
like-
anymore. They retired it.
She's like, slinky, slimy. You know how she is.
Oh, that's right. It's called Hate.
Why do I not remember, as I'm looking at the paper, why do I not remember Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole getting set up?
That's a match?
That's a match,
That's-
yeah.
What? Who's
That's
that?
happening? They said they announced that?
I know they've done stuff together on Collision. I don't remember that being like
Adam Cole versus Daniel Garcia. I mean,
for the TNT
it's not a
title.
bad match.
Oh.
But why the fuck haven't they had more build? What?
Like, I
What
only
is going
remember,
on,
like,
bro?
The trio with the trios. And even then, they made it seem like it was going to be like those two plus Shane Taylor or Lee Moriarty. And neither one of them's a part of this.
Oh my god.
Well then. Well, shit. So I mean, Revolution, like you said, is coming together very well. I mean, Revolution.
Yes, I am also seeing that.
They seem to knock Revolution out the fucking park. This is gonna be
They
the
do.
third one in a row.
It
Are
is.
you
It is
kidding?
Mac. It is Hate.
Are you fucking kidding? Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna three-peat? Like Revolution. Last year's Revolution had the greatest Iron Man match I've ever seen in my fucking life.
And also a very successful retirement.
And yeah, and also, the Sting retirement.
Sting's finale.
Was the Iron Man match after that?
I don't. No, I think the single time ended the show.
Yeah.
Did
no,
it?
Iron Man match was the year before.
So, oh my god! So last year
Oh,
was
you're
the
talking
Sting
about MJF and
retirement,
Bryan.
and then MJF and Bryan match was the year
Yeah.
before that.
Yeah,
Okay, shit.
yes.
Jesus Christ. These revolutions, they don't miss. And then of course you had the original the 2021 with the tag match that I love. But yeah, we're going to be there. We're live. Tertiary Radio represent.
Speaking
baby.
of which, I don't understand this tag title match.
This would be
Bobby
Oh,
Lashley
yeah.
and Shelton Benjamin versus the Murder Machines.
This one's actually pretty easy to understand. Let me give it to you straight, Greg.
Aren't they
They
both
all
baddies?
big.
Meat.
They all big. Well, the Hurt Business is not like the Hurt Business only beats on people, but then afterwards MVP be like, I respect the shit out of them, no. So they seem to be very gentlemanlike so far. Like, and people are over.
Gentlemen baddies?
People jump, people chant their music and all that. I don't know that they're heels.
I want to make a reference, but it's not going to apply here. But Greg,
Yeah,
what it's going to reference.
Don't be racist, Nick.
No, what? It's going to be offensive only to the British, but I want to say about the Murder Machines, though, like, they've been pretty well booked when they're together as a tag team, and they're I think they're undefeated as a tag team as the Murder
Brian
Machines.
Cage well booked?
I know, it's wild.
It's
Like,
probably the best he's been used in a while.
They've obliterated like the Martin brothers, and it was wild to see them get destroyed like that.
Are they no longer flight attendants?
Nope.
Oh,
No, they all broke up.
Really?
They all broke up.
Andretti and Leo Rush are the COVID virus.
But Layla Gray had something to do.
Not anymore. Sorry, Batty.
Yeah.
She's really hooked onto that shit. I don't think she ever let it go. I was a
The baddie?
baddie. I was a baddie. All right. It's over.
She keeps telling anyone who will listen.
No. That shit is dead. Anyway, Ricky Saints. Absolute Ricky Saints.
You want a war?
Okay, you left it, but I wanted to talk about how we're doing.
What's that?
I kind of wanted to pick up the backlot brawl because I'm just like, wait, we're doing this again?
Give me 1 second. I think I hear a dog behind me doing something it's not supposed to. I'm gonna lock that shit. I'm gonna lock that shit the fuck up. I'm putting it in a fucking cage. I'm domesticating the shit out of it. You're not a wolf. You're a fucking dog. And I'm gonna put you in a cage.
Wow, okay.
You better not be going through my goddamn trash.
A steel cage, and that's how
John's about to dog walk that dog.
I don't know what just happened there, but I appreciated it.
I'm seeing a Hollywood backlot brawl for Tony Storm and Mariah May, and it is drawing up the wrong connotations.
Yes, so that was another thing. I don't know if we talked about that for the Dynamite recap, but Tony Storm had an amazing promo following her title
We did not.
in Australia, and I don't want to say too much about it because if you haven't watched this, anyone listening, anyone watching this, please do yourself a favor and go and check that out. Tony Storm is amazing at what she does, full of all kinds of references you can think of, from John Cena at Extreme Rules, was it 2011, to just anything and everything old Hollywood with a lot of innuendo in between.
A lot of dirty jokes and a shout out to building the movie she's in.
Hell no, she gave Mariah May that compromise to a permanent end.
Nick was trying not to give it away.
Fuck that, give it away. Why are you not watching? I'm not keeping spoilers from you motherfuckers. Watch the damn show before you get here.
You gotta watch it. It's so good.
But I was saying I'm seeing a Hollywood backlot brawl, and it's drawing up some very interesting memories. Is there going to be a gold Cadillac?
There better be, or else.
I don't know where people got that from, but that makes a lot of sense. I actually am going to be really mad.
You don't know where people got that from?
No, the Hollywood backlot brawl. I said that makes a lot of sense that you would have to do something Hollywood-esque with Tony Storm in L.A.
I don't know. It's on the Wikipedia for it. So
where the fuck would that have come from? No, she just won the title. This was her first promo, and then she didn't challenge anybody. She said she killed Mariah May, and then
maybe
she challenged everybody. It could be on Collision. They taped Collision.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They said Julia and Queen Aminata had a fucking awesome match. They said it was better than any of the matches that Julia had with Jamie Hayter.
You threw me the fuck off. I was like, wait, Julia, what?
Looking at a Collision, totally nothing happens with Mariah May. Wink, wink.
Understood. I guess Wikipedia is in the future. But yeah, Hollywood backlot brawl.
Yes, gold Cadillac.
What reference could they make now? Like, what topical
that Piper didn't do?
That they did, like, because you don't want to do OJ again. Like, what could you do?
I got it right here. It's just one of them's got to beat the other one up to such a point that it's so brutal, a bystander runs off, and then the one that does the beating gets on one of those little city bikes and rides off.
Oh no! Tony Khan walks out of the building, and Mariah May throws something at him and knocks him out. And it's the same angle as the fucking. You do it. You got it. I could actually direct the shit out of that, but they would get like kicked off the air probably. Anyway, I can't wait to see it. It'll be fun. We don't want to know, Matt. Get out of here with your spoilers.
Ooh, we also got a Lucha Libre return on Collision.
A return?
A return?
It's not really a spoiler because they just kind of led up to it from last week's Collision, but hey, Hologram's back.
They did announce Hologram versus Beast Mortos on Collision. Him trying to get his revenge because Beast Mortos injured him at Wrestle Dream. I got to see that 2 out of 3 falls match. That shit was awesome. The Hologram.
Oh, they went classic Lucha rules.
Yeah, they did, and they did the and they did the classic Lucha thing where they actually go so hard that they start repeating spots.
Oh no!
I was like, oh, we saw that.
I thought you were gonna say the classic Lucha thing where the first fall happens in the first 2 minutes.
No, they beat the shit out of each other, and it was the first time Hologram had ever been pinned, so they had to make it special.
Interesting choice.
It happened in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Who's ready for Gabe Kidd versus the Butcher?
Is that what it is?
Really? Oh dear.
All right. I mean, I like Butcher. He's fine.
Hard hitting.
He hits hard. Gabe hits hard. I wonder why he's here though. Like, are they building to something, or did they just have Gabe Kidd available and they were like, hell yeah, wrestling on a Saturday?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Fucking paycheck, bruv.
This guy fought Kenny Omega. He could chill with us. All right.
If they taped this, they could have just featured him on Dynamite to build up for whatever the reason is.
A promo or something.
Exactly.
Gabe Kidd is gonna be at Collision. Wait, but I'm here. Can I come on? No, at Collision. Oh, okay.
At Collision.
All right.
You can't
I imagine
cut that last minute segment with Thunder Rosa in them.
I imagine he'll probably. I really think he'll do like a backstage segment or something where he complains about Collision and he'll go to Dynamite and it'll happen there. But that's assuming that he has something to do. Mac says, "What's the main event of Collision?"
Jericho and Bandito.
That's a choice.
You know what?
That's all.
They did a thing. I don't remember what show it was on. I think it was on the Australia Ring of Honor show, which one of the biggest Ring of Honor shows ever. It's an AEW pre-tape, but it's also technically a Ring of Honor show in front of 10,000 people. So I take monkey paw.
You were right there.
But fucking Jericho goes and he gets into position for the Bandito slingshot German suplex thing.
Yeah.
I hate that so much.
I hate it too.
I hate that fucking move. Bandito's so good.
Into the same position every time and then wait for it to happen.
Bend over for me, daddy.
Contrived. Oh, God.
You gotta, you put him in position. Stay right there. Whoa, I'll be right back. Oh shit! Why are you waiting? Why? I can never get over. Like, why are you waiting?
But it's in Spanish, so it's even creepier sounding.
When you wait outside the ring, I don't care. It's outside the ring. You can hide that. It's outside the ring. You got to catch a guy so he doesn't die. You're talking about why are you waiting in position to get yanked into a German suplex? I fucking hate that move so much.
You know, the only thing I hated more, just because like it was always terribly done, was like the one where like you see the guy hanging on the second rope so they can get leg dropped, but it always ends up with them holding themselves up forever.
You just hold yourself there. Like,
is anything else?
I'm sorry. It's the same thing with the fucking turnbuckle stomp. Why are you sitting up? Lay down.
So that one I've seen done in a decent way. Not all the time, obviously, but like
you kick them in the stomach or something and make them get up. I don't know.
Right in the
it was like when they get up to the top rope and the guy's in like the hangman's position, they would like step and grind on their knee, and the guy would like go up and reach for the knee.
Who the fuck is? Which one of these fucking kids is doing that? None.
I think it was Loki, so it wasn't no kids.
Damn right. That's what I'm saying. You see that turnbuckle stomp in every other match, and it's a dude just putting himself looking up like he was looking for the train or something.
It was either Loki or Del Rio, but somebody had a decent way of getting the guy to sit up.
That honestly sounds more like Loki than Del Rio.
Yeah,
I believe it. I don't remember who I saw do it, but I was like, one day I was just like, oh.
Also, you're a racist for confusing the two.
They both both did it. So it could have been either one of them.
So every Puerto Rican is just a Mexican to you now. I see.
What?
I see how this shit is. We're all different people, Greg.
Yes, I'm aware.
Oh man.
And both of them have become pariahs in different ways.
Oh man.
Loki is not even that bad. He's just dumb.
I said different ways.
Del Rio is a menace.
That's pretty mildly.
Although, ironically, I feel like Del Rio now gets booked more than Loki.
Absolutely does. And he's like a straight on sexual offender.
Literal monster.
I got cleared. Uh-huh. All right.
Loki strolls up like, nah, we're not gonna book you.
Like, no, we just don't want anything. We just don't want anything to do with you.
What did I do wrong? Why won't you play with me? Nah, man. Ricky Saints.
Did you ever see that? Did you ever watch that video about him not wanting the job to Cesaro?
No, I think we have. I think we've talked about this.
We have.
I was gonna say, did you actually watch it? Because I mentioned it to you and you hadn't seen it.
I don't remember.
I'll send it to you right after this.
Yeah. But we got to talk about Ricky Saints. Ricky New Orleans football team.
Ricky Nolans.
The absolute one for a week because they couldn't figure out what they were going to call him. We got to keep the Ricky, Daddy. We got to keep the Ricky.
Ricky, I've got, 2 years to make it to WrestleMania in New Orleans?
He'll get there. That's why they hired him. He's going to have the... Yeah, no, it's next year.
Oh, I got a year to make it to WrestleMania. Oh, boy.
He's going to have the best Intercontinental Championship match you've ever seen.
Is it going to be a ladder match at 6 other people?
Yeah, absolutely right. It is.
Anyone else that needs to make the cut for Louisiana?
No, but when he gets those 2 minutes of shine and he hits that pose and New Orleans gets crazy and he has that picture he can take for his grandkids, you know that it'll all be worth it.
Listen, I want to see walk into the ring with 30 other guys for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Absolute. This is what it's all about.
Wait to see him do that pose next to Andre.
Right, he wins the Battle Royal and poses next to Andre. It'll all be worth it.
It'd be fucked up if he's on the New Orleans Stand and Deliver.
Right?
Having the best NXT Championship match in recent history. And it ain't gonna be that because Ricky Starks is not that guy. I'm sorry.
Good, no.
He's not that guy. He's not that guy. He is great. He's a great wrestler, performer. You know, like he'll be great in WWE if he had like another foot and maybe 50 more pounds, but
maybe shaved like 7 years off his age.
Hey, but when Ricky Starks goes out there and cuts that WrestleMania promo,
listen, man,
Louisiana.
I just want to see what gimmick they put on the stage. Like it was the Mardi Gras mask last time.
That was so cool how they did that.
It'll be something a lot less entertaining. Watch. No. What was last year's WrestleMania? Oh no, that was the XL.
It was the XL. Yeah.
It was big though, right?
It was a big old XL.
Big time.
It'll be an NO. No. Just WrestleMania. No.
You know what's funny? Like you can tell sometimes they've sort of based the entrance on somebody's particular they've based the stage on somebody's particular entrance, and last year it was The Rock.
Oh God. Yeah, but it's always gonna be The Rock. So I mean, let's talk about Ricky Starks for a second. Ricky Starks comes to NXT, he's immediately set up with Ethan Page. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, the Cody friends are together. Anyway. I mean, I laugh. I make my jokes about being in the holdover class or being the oldest kid at the party or whatever. But they don't have any room for them on the main roster. It's WrestleMania season, and they
Not
just
at
want
all.
to lock them down. So that's what they did.
Give him
And
some
if
work
he's-
to make him feel welcome, but they can't do it up here.
If he's lucky, then this won't be long. And he'll be on Raw soon. I'm sure that's the shtick they gave him. Hey, this is just a short stint on NXT. We're signing you to a main roster contract. You'll be up here sooner than later. I hope so. His music stinks. It's generic trash. But
I
I
haven't
what are
heard
you
it
gonna?
yet. Is it?
What are you gonna expect?
I guess we're
It
still
is-
stuck with Death Rebel, right?
Yeah, they are rebelling. So he does an interview with Busted Open Radio. You know how much we love Busted Open Radio.
Yes.
It's so cool.
But hey, you know what? It's
fucking
okay
stinks.
because we got AJ CFO music back.
I mean, hey.
For
you gotta
now.
say, how
For
many-
now.
How many zeros Ricky Saints be getting in that contract, though?
Oh yeah, because he damn sure ain't getting 5 stars.
He
So
ain't
he-
5-0s either, not in NXT.
So he does this interview with Busted Open Radio, and he says they ask him, what went wrong in AEW. And he says, I can't tell you exactly what the moment was. You could say it was Punk leaving and things kind of fell apart. Absolutely, and I'll probably agree with you on that. Or you could say Ricky didn't play the politics well enough. All right, for sure. There's so many things you could say. What I can say for myself is that when I got hurt in March, that was it. I never came back. And even then, I wasn't hurt. It was a precaution thing where I got scared as I had a stinger. Then I was
that
fine.
March 24, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, then I was fine. But after that, no dice, no communication, no nothing. And that's okay because I ended up here. And it's fine. Everything worked out. I don't know exactly where it went wrong. I can't point to one thing. I can say it was a storm of things, probably. Did I do something that might have tipped them off? Sure. Ask for my release or whatever, this past whatever. That could have been about it, right? But never once was I not willing to do something. Never once was I sabotaging anything. He said, I will say this. There are some people who stuck their noses in my creative business that shouldn't have happened. Veterans. And that's it. I'll leave it at that. If they got a problem with me, they got my number and text me about it. I think that was, he said, I think what it was is if it didn't work for their creative, then someone had to get the boot. That's how I see it. But I'm not trying to be negative in my thought process about it. If you want to step on me to get ahead in your illustrious career, everyone has an illustrious career. Everyone should have an illustrious career. That's perfectly fine. But at the same time, I'm not wet behind my ears. People have kind of sussed this out to be Chris Jericho.
Yeah. So I wanted to point out that there are a lot of people who kind of have the false Mandela effect memory of this idea that Ricky Starks disappeared immediately after the Edge segment, even though he was a standing tag team champion at that time.
The Big Bill thing and him.
Right.
Him and Big Bill were great. They were over as fuck.
doing,
Everybody
Roman?
loved that shit.
Consistently together too, at that point.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He was a standing tag team champion at that time, had multiple defenses after that segment. That's not the case.
It's that, and even he mentioned maybe he didn't play politics enough. It sounds like it just became a problem for both parties involved. It became a problem for AEW to deal with Ricky. Became a problem for Ricky to deal with AEW. And like I've said before, it never really felt like AEW knew what they wanted to do with Ricky Starks.
No.
He came in, he was not in the plans, It never was. They had things for him, and I feel like when they finally did get around to finding a spot for him, it just didn't work out. And it kind of got forced upon them by Punk. So, they're like, fuck you and fuck CM Punk. Fuck you. Take your pyro and shove it up your ass.
Hey, you do get to be known, though, for dropping the tag titles to Sting.
NXT resurrecting AEW Rampage. Ricky Starks versus Ethan Page for the NXT Championship doesn't move you?
Oh, man.
Max says Dave LaGreca should be in jail. I don't like him, but I don't hate him. I don't hate him like I hate Bubba. I didn't hate him before. I didn't hate
He's
Bubba
just
before.
so loud.
I didn't hate these people before. I didn't hate any of them. I thought it's fine. They just say what they say and they won't affect what I'm watching or whatever. But they're too loud. They're too loud and they are affecting things. And they are fucking things up. And now I hate them. And now I want them to disappear. And I will make it my business to suffocate them eventually. Out of spite. Max says Ricky Starks is a mid-carder masquerading as a main eventer. He does nothing for him. Daniel Garcia is eons above him. And I know how he feels about Daniel Garcia. However it is, it's wrong, first of all. But
Defy world champion Ricky Starks.
For now.
Right.
Defeated Kenta.
I liked Ricky Starks when I first saw him on those initial NWA Power episodes, and I just thought he was a solid in-ring guy with a pretty good promo and some natural charisma, which can take you a long way.
He does have charisma. People keep saying he's like The Rock. They keep bringing up The Rock thing. I mean, I never got it from him as much as I got it from. Well, unless he was like directly wearing one of them stupid ass vests, which he has in the past. Why would you wear that thing? You're just leaning into it. But I never got it from him as strong as I got it from Eli Drake. Anyway, that's Ricky. Ricky Saints and NXT set up for a match next week against Wes Lee.
The NWA.
And while we're speaking about NXT, we'll talk about the constant and continuing NXT TNA partnership crossover love fest that has now brought Moose.
We put the two beds together.
Moose is in NXT, facing down the NXT champion Oba Femi. Moose, the TNA X Division champion, facing down Oba Femi. When Moose was in Ring of Honor, I liked the potential. I liked what I thought he could become. I don't think he ever became that, and so Moose doesn't move me very much, or at all. Honestly, the very idea of him is anti-exciting. It's like boring. It's boring before boring. It's pre-boring. Okay. I'm bored before I even get to the match when I hear Moose's name. So him coming out and staring down Oba Femi does absolutely nothing for me. As a matter of fact, I feel bad.
That main event run did nothing for you in Impact?
Nothing. He had, what did he have? His two best matches in his whole fucking career were against who? Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada. That doesn't, come on. Oh, yeah. The best day I ever had was the day I got to have sex with fucking Megan Good. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know. Shut up. That doesn't count. It's anybody's best day ever, Jonathan Majors.
Okay.
But yeah, he's lucky, man. But also very unlucky. But yeah, so fucking Moose is in NXT. That stinks. But Greg, I know you said you were a fan of this.
What?
Yeah, Greg.
Aren't you excited to see Moose?
No.
Why are you so offended?
I'm not excited to see Moose. I don't care. I know.
I don't care.
Come on.
Me and Moose had one segment a very long time ago. That is the bulk of my connection to Moose. He slammed the ever-loving shit out of me, and then he speared me into oblivion. If you find that Evolve show, you can watch it happen.
I'm still learning, brother.
No, but he was good. He was very
NFL
he was very cool when he was like working with me. He was like very courteous about taking the bump. What, John?
Mag is saying, hey, we don't stand for Tessa defenders in this house.
That's fair.
You know what? I
Wait, where did that come from?
Because Moose really likes Tessa Blanchard. Listen, somebody's got. She's a person. People have friends. I think. I think friendship is a weird thing. I think I've said before.
Allegations.
People have. People change. People change. They don't always.
I didn't say anything. I just say they defend each other.
I'm just saying that people change, and so maybe she's not racist anymore, and maybe he doesn't beat on his spouses anymore.
All I'm saying,
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Deborah, what?
All I'm saying is for a person who may have a history of racial insensitivity, she picks interesting partners.
Let me get my dog. Let me let my dog in because I have something to say about that.
Okay. I'm not saying it's a defense. I'm just saying it's interesting as an outside observer.
Just on the topic of Moose and Oba Femi, the only thing I care about here is Oba Femi.
I kind of just want to see Moose, and I know he can. He's athletic. He's quite athletic. I want to see him get up for the power bomb.
Like, I mean, I'm always a fan though of, like, you know, when you got those wrestlers who, you know, have those NFL backgrounds to get in there. I support that entirely. But I'm like,
you'll see a lot more of those.
I feel like with Moose, I don't know, like what hype I did have for him has just died in recent years.
I haven't seen I never really saw much of his TNA run, and I just know he was on top for a bit there.
I knew that WWE didn't touch him for a while because of his past, but it seems like they're okay now, at least on this auxiliary level. Like, he's just like, as long as we're not signed, right? He's not signed to us.
Do you think now Alberto's getting back on the phone?
Do you think I can get a match in the TNA?
No.
No, listen.
Oh man, breaking news?
This is Pasta Mania episode 1.
Yes.
The vote?
Yeah, the retro vote.
Hey, WCW
Lucky you guys.
Podcast.
Let us know.
Talking about episode 1 and possibly episode 2 getting thrown on there.
Let us know the margin. Anyway, I wanted to say, listen, I do not agree with anything that Tessa Blanchard has ever fucking done or said. I have my own. No, in the back. Well, I don't know that. You know, she was not bad, but I don't remember ever thinking like, I gotta see this Tessa Blanchard match. So I wasn't never clamoring to see her back. But I think that
she is a competent wrestler. There is nothing wrong with anything she does. I can say that.
Because
if
I recall, right, I might be wrong, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't the person that she wronged come out and be like I'm good, like it's like I don't care anymore?
La Rosa Negra, they squashed it.
Yeah, they squashed it, right?
Yes.
So then, what the fuck does it matter anymore?
Were there other instances though?
I don't fucking know. I know she was a bitch.
It's one of those things where, like, even if the two squash it, like the public has put that letter on you, man.
The court of public opinion has already found you guilty.
Yeah.
I would be lying if I said these days I'm like let's take a step back and see what really happened here before I jump into the hate train. But the Tessa Blanchard thing was pretty clear and cut because everybody was coming out like, she's a fucking bitch. She spit at me this time. This other time she bullied me. Chelsea Green is constantly like
stories.
Chelsea Green. I think even recently, even now, like even during this recent like resurgence of Tessa Blanchard, I think Chelsea Green has spoken out against her.
Yeah.
Didn't they have like a Twitter back and forth?
That was a while back though. That was when the stuff started happening, and Tessa still thought she could.
I thought it
them.
came back up again.
What did she? No, she mentioned that she was suicidal. And then I think Chelsea was like, "That's sad and all, but the bitch ain't never apologized."
U.S. champion.
Yeah, no, I was trying to see how this could
Canadian
work.
champion of America.
I don't think this could work. I don't think Tessa's ever gonna get to work NXT. Chelsea said she was a bully. Yeah, I know. Definitely said that. A lot of people said that actually.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that from people talking to me, not just online.
I heard she was a bitch. That's just what I heard.
You've heard that. You've heard that directly from people too.
Yeah, people call her bitch. She's a bitch. I don't know that for sure, but I know that for sure people have said it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying people I know that have met her have said it. So I'm just like, okay, so that stuff's real.
I never think twice about things like that. I think bitches like there's lots of bitches in the locker room, and not even just in the women's locker room. You know, like there's bitches in the men's locker room, and bitches be bitches. And sometimes I can avoid dealing with them. But when you're like a straight up bully and racist, and like what else can you do? Beat her ass.
It's a little hard to defend you.
Max says you have to really suspend your disbelief to watch Tessa versus Sami Callihan, and I just thought, you should have seen that Brian Cage match.
That's gonna be the. You know what's crazy? For the racism thing, it's like I think it's a meme. I think she's a stupid ass who thought she was above everybody else, and so she said words she should not have said around the wrong people, and they checked her on that shit. I don't think she's actually.
I was just quoting rap songs.
Yeah, like one of those people, like bitch, you get to censor yourself, especially
black culture, John.
Yeah, do it in your bathroom. Do it in the fucking shower. You can raise your white power fist. In the fucking shower.
The friend that gets taken to the bar and you just hear them when you leave the bathroom going, I just think everyone should be able to say it.
Yeah, that's what I think happened. That's more where I put Tessa Blanchard. Like, I don't think she's Hulk Hogan. I don't actually think she's a KKK, but I think it's funny to do a meme with her under a KKK hood because it's funny.
But my mother is part black.
So, I think for me, her worst sin was this company put their faith in you as a world champion.
Yeah.
And let you pin their guy, like a guy. We made a woman the world champion.
After they put months into Sami Callihan. And that whole OVE stable.
She didn't even have the courtesy to record a promo in the closet to give that belt back. She just abandoned the whole ship. That is like so much work. Like you fucking like being a dumb bitch in the locker room. The locker room would take care of itself, But that is just unforgivable. I would never hire you again. Get the fuck out of here.
Joey Styles said awful things about a man on live TV for doing that.
Tessa Blanchard doing a tope suicida. I wish she would tope suicida out of the off a bridge. No,
a few years later, Joey Styles just goes on the internet and just goes, "Oh."
It would have to be.
Seen him since.
It would have to be Matt. What's his fucking name? Josh Matthews. Matthews with intense hatred for Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, but they released him.
They did let him go. Damn.
Really
he was doing too many jobs. They said, "Get the fuck out of here."
All right, Aiden English, you're up.
That's actually what happened. He just had too many hats, and they were like, "We've got real people now." Excuse me. Oh shit! No more Carney?
From like 5 hats to none now.
But can I still do commentary? No. All right. The what the fuck were we talking about? What is this? Oh, WrestleMania Wrestle fucking Mania. Fun times. The Royal Rumble winners have chosen the champions.
Talking about working with TNA, but sure.
No, I don't have any more to say about that.
Okay.
Oh, the Hardys are coming next week, so they snuck back in through the back door.
They always find a way back.
Yeah. People are already hoping they get forced into like the dream TNA DLC gimmick.
I get this image of like former WWE guys in TNA like rubbing their hands, hoping behind their fucking curtain, like, can I please?
This is my job.
Can I please?
Oh, nobody more than Top Dollar.
I'm right in the back door, right? Right?
Right after the Hardys.
No, actually, we're not calling you top Mr. Dollar, sir. No. Max says, delete the yeet. We're talking about Royal Rumble winner Jey Uso versus Gunther at WrestleMania. It's official. It's official. Aren't you excited?
I look forward. I look forward to seeing the massive football stadium yeet shot, and then it'll be done with.
What if they don't do it?
Then what did we do this for?
He doesn't come out to the right song, and they just.
They no sell it. There's just no.
No, they just play the first Usos theme.
Last year he came out with Lil Wayne.
Out of my reach, getting so close now.
This is Greg is dead. Greg is dead to Matt for yeeting in his face. Yeeting right in his face.
If Gunther can yeet, anyone can.
Listen, here's the thing about this. We already talked about how much I don't give a fuck about Jey Uso in the ring.
Yes.
I didn't even think this match was actually going to happen. Honestly, they're going so hard right now, and it's so early that I still don't know. But they are booking it where Gunther comes out, and he's supposed to be the heel, but he's like, everything he says, I agree
Mac,
with.
stop it.
Oh my goodness.
Mac is, he says he's got heat all over him. And
oh no!
When Gunther comes down out of that when he comes down that ramp, or in this case, he came out of the audience mocking Jey Uso, and he says things like, me performing in front of this audience is like fucking reading Shakespeare to a dog. It's the Zack Sabre Jr. line, and it's like, well, he's right though. And when he says none of the people I defended my fucking title against can lace my boots, especially this guy, Jey Uso, who's just an entrance. And so when the bell rings at WrestleMania, I'm going to beat the shit out of him because he has to remember that matches take place in the ring. And I'm like, God damn, this man is cooking. Well, I can't fucking... I hate this.
As someone who has a lot of respect for Randy Orton, that kind of made me go, ooh. Damn.
They're basically, Gunther is taking all of the internet criticisms and just internalizing them and just being like, yeah, they're absolutely right. Actually, this guy stinks. He's just an entrance. I'm going to beat the shit out of him. That was a very good. That was good Austrian. I gotta keep that. I gotta find that again.
See, the thing is though, even if it is, as Max says, it's going to be the Sammy match all over again. Even if it was, that would be the best Jey Uso match you could probably get.
Jey Uso fucking wishes he was going to get the Sami Zayn match that Sammy got out of Gunther last year. Jey Uso ain't done enough reps. Nah. He's going to super kick Gunther into oblivion. And we're all going to act like it was entertaining because the crowd yeeted the whole time.
I'm going to call off the top. I'm going to hit this splash. We're going to get back on the bus.
Actually, Gunther losing titles at WrestleMania back-to-back is trash. And Triple Big Nose is going to get some shit from me if that actually happens. That's dumb. 2 WrestleManias in a row where it's the same Gunther story going in. Oh, no, I got overconfident and they caught me. Man... If there was
wasn't the story that Gunther has lost his confidence since losing to Cody?
Yeah, and then they threw that away. And when Jey got in the ring, Gunther says, "You know what?" He literally said this. He said, "As a champion in the WWE, I had to learn box office. So I like to play around and let people look like they're gonna win, and then I beat them." So I was like, wait, what? You said you had lost your confidence. What the fuck is this?
Wasn't that also a Roman line?
I'm not sure. I guess that's what everybody has to learn. Box office.
I remember Roman saying, "I'm tired of making people look like they got a chance."
Oh yeah, he made that reference. But Gunther is straight up saying like anytime that it looked like he was struggling, he was playing for the crowd. But at WrestleMania, he's gonna beat the fucking shit out of Jey Uso.
He gonna squash him.
I think he should. If I think he should
chop at a powerbomb.
Beat the fucking shit. Not even just multiple power bombs. I want them to pull him off him. I want them to beat him so bad and then grab the mic and be like, "Stop playing on my fucking name!" Like this is.
You want the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn match in NXT?
I want that, but I want Gunther to be mad.
Stops the match.
I want him to not be mad at Jey Uso. I want him to be mad at this situation. This is what you have me doing. I will kill this man because of you.
He won the Rumble. He had every right.
He won the Royal Rumble. Kill him. This fuck.
Day one. It's just.
I want them to pan to the crowd. I want to see ye kids crying. What is he doing? I told him. Yeah. So the other match is Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton, and we kind of called that one. That one was
yes.
We called that one a long time ago.
I just love that Tiffany Stratton got made the face.
You know what? Fuck it. Charlotte tried that babyface shit, and the crowd spit on her.
Get a word out.
Enough of that.
Spit in her face. They didn't want none of that shit.
The moment she went for that sympathy shit, they're like, nah, fuck you.
Road Dogg is back in charge of SmackDown again, yes. By the way. And I thought this was so funny because AJ Styles comes and he's like on Twitter, he defends Road Dogg and he says, listen, when last time he was in charge, he had a guy in charge of him
who will not be named,
who was holding him back. And so now that guy's gone, so give him a chance. But I personally had arguments with Road Dogg.
Yes, you did.
Personally with BD James himself, where he told me he thought that Becky Lynch as a heel was the right move. He thought that with his whole being. He thought that.
Which angle?
This was when Becky Lynch was when she was hot, when she turned on Charlotte. And everybody was like, holy shit, she's fine. And then she comes out on SmackDown and she cuts a heel promo the night after getting the biggest not the night after, but the show after getting the biggest fucking reaction of the night at SummerSlam for turning on Charlotte. And being justified in her storyline that you guys wrote. You wrote this story where she was justified in her reaction. She does the justified reaction, gets the biggest flop of the fucking night, and then in the next show, she comes out and tries to blame the crowd for her actions. And Road Dogg argued with me that was the right direction. That was his idea. And I thought that was the biggest example. This was just before Big Time Bex. This is where they got forced into Big Time Bex due to reactions like mine.
It kept happening for some reason.
And it was so I thought like that was like the biggest indicator of the way Road Dogg books things. And that was not Vince McMahon. That was Road Dogg. So
I want to say this. I'm mostly being an asshole here. But if this story is true, I personally have a tough time trusting anybody who had to be taught about, like, Black Lives Matter by Shawn Michaels.
Oh, fuck, that is a true story. That happened.
I tend to not trust your perspective on things if Shawn had to explain that to you.
Shawn, Brad Armstrong would have been a much better person to explain it to you.
Like,
Sean,
you are so much more entrenched in the culture than you may even think than Sean was. How did you not?
Sean was like, I've been watching some fucking videos, and man, I gotta tell you, we had it wrong. You cut your shit out.
And if you've been watching NXT, Sean has been trying to make up for it ever since.
Yeah, shit. Thank you, Sean. He's good. He's good. No, he's a good egg. Hey, listen. Prayers go out to Jada Parker, who exposed her whole cooch to the CW network, just wide open. I was like, oh,
I didn't see that.
Oh shit! Like, oh shit! That was wild. I didn't believe it when people started sending me pictures of their TV. Like multiple people like taking photos of their television. Not even screenshots. Just not even looking for screenshots. Just like, bro, is that what I think it is? And I was like,
someone posted like one of Chelsea Green, but I was like, oh, okay.
No, this was full on. Because you know what happened is she wears the pants, the Zack Ryder pants, right, with the one leg.
The one leg, yeah.
So I'm not sure how that works when you're a woman. and I feel like the inevitable happened here, where like there's only one fucking leg sleeve or whatever. Like what would that be called?
I don't know.
Is it a leg sleeve?
Leg sleeve. We'll go with that.
Shit. Sure.
A pant leg.
A pant leg, yes. Hey. This reminds me of when Mickie James just randomly stopped wearing the skirt in her early run, and it was like, yeah, the inevitable happened, and I just decided this was a bad idea.
Yeah. There's that. But the Jada Parker thing I thought was interesting because not just because it was interesting, but because, well, that seemed to be like a real lack of like logic. Like, how did we get here? Because there were two instances. One where she fell down, and another where she bent over to pick somebody up. And I was like,
oh no.
Well, I was like, shit. Like, shit.
You think she got the same conversation Liv Morgan got?
I think she's gonna be wearing pants with two legs now. But no, yeah. I mean, that's an embarrassing moment. So, if my balls have fallen out during training, has been embarrassing. So, like, balls coming out on television.
Max just saw it.
Max just looked this up. I like Max commented with Cake not teaching BG James anything.
Hey, you would think, right?
No, you better call somebody.
He's like, I just think that it's interesting. No, shut the fuck up.
What happened to getting rowdy?
Anyway, that's the Jada Parker thing that I didn't have on a format. I remembered it while we were talking.
Yeah, we were talking about BG James and SmackDown. Also, I wonder if him and AJ are flat earthers together. I hope not.
You know what? That does feel right. That feels something about that feels right.
That feels like it was a perfect fit.
I love AJ. I love AJ because he's got some backwards thoughts, but most of them say to himself, the flat earth thing would not even have come out if Brian wasn't a dick. If Bryan Danielson wasn't a full-on dick, we would not know that AJ Styles believed the earth was flat. I just think there's some things.
It had nothing to do with an angle. There was no reason to bring it up. Bryan was just like, so, I'm going to put you on the spot on national TV.
And so tell him what you think, AJ. Bro, that dude is
I think there's some interesting points.
That dude is such a fucking bully.
I kind of wish that's how AJ Styles defended BG James. Was just like, I just think he brings up interesting points, and you shouldn't discount what he's thinking.
You just know AJ has some backwards thoughts, and they never come out. He just keeps to himself. And you know what? That's
the right thing to do.
Because they never let him get away with the gay community.
that one slip up is gonna haunt him for his whole life. The gay community.
Now he
man.
just hears it forever. He's just like, nah, I just don't say things anymore.
If all you other bigot racists were quiet like AJ, then maybe it wouldn't be such a fucking problem. You keep that shit to yourself. I don't want to know who you voted for. No.
The problem is these days is that even though they don't say anything, they keep following the wrong people on their social media.
Oh, yeah. See, I will
and they don't know how to change that either.
I will let you get away with following something wrong on social media because I like to see other perspectives too. I think that you can get stuck in an echo chamber.
And sometimes you should be paying attention to what the stupid people are saying.
Yeah, so you can know what sounds stupid too. Like, oh, that really sounds stupid. I hope I don't have thoughts like that. I know what not to think. So I will give Jacob Fatu a pass for following and wokeness. Okay. Maybe he just wants to see what the other side is like.
I didn't know about that. That's interesting.
He's just like, well, either they have very interesting points of view.
I just think they have some points.
I just think we should be open to all suggestions.
Oh my god!
Basically, a lot of these people just need some social media training.
Yeah. Like I don't know. You know how I am about wrestling. I got traumatized by Chris Benoit at an early age. The personal life can never bother me. You can never bother me unless you kill your wife and child. Like, we've reached a threshold so early on that it will take a lot. It will take a lot for me to give up on you. You got to do some Hulk Hogan level shit. And I already didn't like him, so I don't know. Maybe if I did like him, I would have been like, he's not even that racist.
Hogan was already so close. Hogan was already so close to the cliff that you didn't even mind pushing him off of it. It's like, oh, wow.
Mag says I follow
Trump.
I don't, but you don't have to because they put him all over your fucking feed. Anytime he says "Hachu,"
there's no escaping.
See, like Trump.
He's the president, though. That's pretty much what you should do with the president.
The honest truth is like when it comes to like Trump and some other guys, like you don't even have to follow those pages. You just have to follow Joey Styles.
Oh no! You know what? Damn, that makes sense. Do you have Joey Styles on like Facebook? You just made me come to the realization that Joey Styles is probably definitely one of those people.
Oh, he absolutely is, because he's a big like Christian guy.
Yeah, he's like from like northern Bronx, Yonkers area, and they're kind of iffy.
I keep forgetting he's a New York City guy.
Right, he's one of us. He's from like the same neighborhood, rode the same trains.
But you know,
but also
very Catholic Italian family. So
he knocked out JBL. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Max trying to give him that pass earlier.
Joey Styles is a hero. No, man. But
the New York transplant.
Oh yeah. When a New Yorker knocks out a fake New Yorker, then an angel gets their wings. That's how that works.
Oh my god!
It's in the Bible, actually. Oh fuck! Sorry, wait. That's a
bit offensive. We're alive, kid. We're alive, Sid.
We're just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh man, Nick, were you okay with John Cena claiming the chain gang?
Why would Nick get to have a problem with it?
Because he went to because John Cena went to Chicago and they did the whole Chicago gangster thing.
Do you guys still claim that? Like
when CM Punk was on his Charlie car.
We claim that absolutely, and that was absolutely everything.
I don't see it as part of the aesthetic anymore. Now all anybody can talk about is O-Block. All anybody can talk about is going to Chicago and dying.
See, that's why we still collect like the old like gangster stuff, because we need that.
I just imagine like a desperate group of people pushing this, and it's not working anymore. Come on, guys, we had Al Capone. And they like, nah, we got King Vaughn.
Oh, dear.
What are you talking about?
You've got Schomburg.
We got Lil Durk. What the fuck you talking about, Al
Lil
Capone?
Durk. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
No, he's still a huge draw out here, though.
I'm sure. Max says every time someone eats a Chicago deep dish pizza, one of their dead relatives goes to hell.
That's your own fault for eating a deep dish pizza.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Hey, Chicago people say that deep dish is not their pizza.
It's not. I don't claim it.
Okay.
Wait, they claim the other one, but the other one is like dumb too. What's the other one?
So John Oliver was wrong?
What, like Detroit style?
Nah, is it called Detroit style? It's something style.
1967.
It is something style, and I'm like, oh, I forget. Tyler described it to me, and I was like, that's why you guys all do meth out there. No, it's shit like that.
How does Tyler know what we do?
You guys are Midwest. You're all Midwest together, even though you don't want to admit it. He's got a cornfield. You got a gunshot range, gunfield, and more cornfields.
Oh man,
cornfield, gunshots.
Nick, do you ever like think about what the Midwest indie wrestling scene used to be?
Max says, "Where's the cheese? The cheese is under the sauce."
It was cornfield.
So the cheese is under the sauce. This never makes sense to me. My only problem with the deep dish is that there's the bread, the bread, the cheese, the sauce ratio is fucked, right?
Cheese is under the sauce. John, the cheese is under the sauce.
But where's the bread? But where's the bread?
Cheese is under the sauce. Hey, Mac, guess what? Hey, Mac, come here. Mac, I hope you're here. Mac, it's day one. It's just me. Oos.
Oh, he yeeted all over that guy's pizza.
Oh
no! The yeet is under the sauce.
Disgusting. The Elimination Chamber matches are set, and if you play Process of Elimination with these, I think we can figure out what the other championship matches are. I know the men's one off the top of my head, but I don't know the women's one. You can pull that up while I stop.
Are we talking about WrestleMania?
Yeah, because the Elimination Chamber is for the title opportunity. And on the men's side, you got Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, John Cena, CM Punk, Logan Paul, and Damian Priest. So,
are we in the can on John Cena?
The story that they're telling doesn't lend itself to a win here for John Cena. But I also feel like they can do a thing where he's very desperate and he can just do something desperate here to make sure that he wins. Something questionable that people will be like, did John Cena really just do that to make sure he gets his WrestleMania match?
2010 Shawn Michaels?
Something to do their best to make Cena seem slightly heelish going into Cody, but like knowing that everyone at WrestleMania 41 is just going to clap for him anyway because it's his last one.
2010 Shawn Michaels?
Yeah.
Nick's like, I've read this book.
Day one, it's just me.
I'm sorry, Taker. I did what I had to do.
Jesus under the sauce.
If I could.
They acknowledged.
Put the cheese under the sauce.
They acknowledged John Cena's funny.
Don't just swab their place.
They acknowledged John Cena's weird tone at that press conference on television. So it wasn't like just things that the fans picked up on. There was on purpose a prop alluding to John Cena's tone and demanding that opportunity.
Him saying that he's earned the right to call the favor.
He said that I'm not coming back to TV. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go shoot
I've got a movie to shoot.
I lied. I don't want to do full time for a year. Actually, I can't wait to be done with this shit. Now get me out of here.
They did just announce him for 3 European shows, I think.
Oh, lucky them. What the fuck? That's so funny too. I guess that's their last opportunity to see John Cena. But then you know what?
Yeah.
So over here too, motherfucker. What the fuck you talking about? It don't work that way this time. It's everybody's last time to see John Cena. So I don't give a fuck about Europe and their 3 dates. What the fuck happened to Wisconsin?
Well, to be fair,
I knew someone was gonna say it.
Nah, he want to go to
Wisconsin. Wisconsin happened.
No, man. He's over there. He's over there in East Knucklebuck, fucking West Berlin. And, like,
it's still better than Wisconsin.
He can't come see the Cheeseheads.
Good.
Or
She's got the sauce there too.
Yeah, John Cena will be live on the WWE Raw Road to WrestleMania in Brussels, Glasgow, and London in March.
What the fuck? Brussels. Nobody even eats that.
Brussels sprouts.
The muscles from Brussels.
He could have made a stop in Indiana. Come on. Come on, man.
Look at that smile.
He's doing the fans dirty.
Technically, he did do his stop in Indiana already.
Okay. You guys got lucky. I was trying to look out for you. Man. So, I mean, if John Cena's not winning that match, could you fucking imagine who the other options are?
No. It's more Chicago.
Cody Rhodes. I mean, CM Punk is there. He ain't fucking winning.
No, he's clearly lined up for something else.
And that's funny as hell because Seth Rollins is in his match with Punk. Roman could have been in this match. This would have worked very well with Roman in it. Like, actually, this would have banged a lot harder with Roman in it.
They've been the most stacked chamber.
Except Roman would have to take an L.
That's fine. So fucking what? It's Elimination Chamber. It's not like
they don't want him to take any L's.
There's such Triple H is such a pussy. He books like a bitch. You know that? Like, he really books like a bitch. You ever really look at the things he does?
WrestleMania.
He's got no balls with his booking. He's got his nose is way too big for him to not have balls the same size.
Oh my god.
Is that a conjunction? Like, is that true?
Yeah, no, but I don't think it's fair to have such a big piece of flesh on your face and nowhere else.
Oh, what does that say about Stephanie?
That she's into noses. Smell it, honey, smell it.
John, could it be Logan Paul?
Oh, wow. Could you imagine? Logan Paul wins Elimination Chamber.
Main event of WrestleMania.
I don't.
So Seth Rollins,
with his new
CM Punk.
Nobody recognizes.
I didn't recognize his last one. Seth Rollins and CM Punk probably. I was gonna say they probably cancel each other out. So I mean, you can eliminate them.
Yeah,
I got all blurry because
Seth
about Logan Paul.
Seth and Punk are married to Roman, so they're out.
I really don't see Logan Paul getting the WWE Championship match at WrestleMania. That's a main event. That's the main event, right? That's
night 2, baby.
That's night 2.
Last match night 2. That's the big one.
You know what though? Now that they gave Jey Uso that other fucking win, I'm looking at Damian Priest like, you better fucking not. You better fucking not. Cause hold on, everybody. Why is that guy here? What is he attached to right now?
So who did they just marry Damian Priest to? He was working with somebody.
Drew McIntyre, who's also in this match.
So it's probably Priest and McIntyre at Mania, right?
Yeah, and then the remaining two is
Cena's winning.
Yeah, it's got to be John Cena. And Logan Paul is the last other one. John Cena would have to fuck someone over here for people like to get mad at him, but I don't see who it could be.
That's a scary thought. Punk and Seth are already married to Reigns coming back, and that's going to be a thing. Damian just started working with Drew. The idea that leaves you with Cena and Logan Paul is horrifying.
That's the final two. Yeah. He's getting rolled. He's getting rolled up.
Nick's like, I don't like this at all.
I just want to
Logan Paul.
Again. I don't want to think about this.
Is winning that match. Why is Logan Paul winning Elimination Chamber?
Why is he getting the chamber victory?
As a matter of fact, if the men's Elimination Chamber doesn't close the show, Logan Paul is winning that shit.
Oh, that's how. Okay.
That's how I'm looking.
If the men go first, it's Logan Paul.
It's Logan fucking Paul. If the men go last, John Cena's winning.
You know what? I see your point. That's how you would frame that show, isn't it?
Right. Because then you have the women.
And it's obviously Liv Morgan.
You know, I don't know. So
no?
here's the field, right? Who do you have?
You know, you're right, because it was the Bianca Belair woman, so she's right there.
Well, no, but look at this shit. Look at this shit.
For it. Talk to me.
Bianca Belair and Naomi.
Yeah.
And Naomi are attached to this fucking Jade Cargill mystery that they started on the way to WrestleMania,
which Liv Morgan has now been implicated in.
And I'm pretty sure she's gonna get. So here's this one is actually really easy. Raquel and Liv Morgan have nothing else going for them headed into WrestleMania together. They've been booked together as a tag team act ever since Liv lost the belt. I see them taking the tag belts off of Jade and Bianca, off of Bianca and Naomi, because Bianca and Naomi need the space so that they can deal with Jade Cargill. So you've already eliminated three of these bitches. So who's left? Bailey, Roxanne, who are married to each other. Bailey and Roxanne are in the feud.
Are you telling me it's going to be Alexa Bliss versus
Alexa Bliss is literally the only one left.
Ooh, that's a
title match at WrestleMania 40.
Just got back.
That's first of all, that's fucking gross. All right.
I love the way we break this down and then hate ourselves for it.
That's disgusting.
Alexa Bliss versus Rhea Ripley or Io Sky.
So, and you know what?
So I want to take this opportunity to just throw this out there, because it's possible, and Hunter is not always, but can be crafty. Is there any possibility that anything we've talked about is a red herring?
Well, the Bianca Belair Jade Cargill thing is like in stone. Like they've already begun they've showed videos, and now we're gonna find out who did what. The one variable would be Liv Morgan and Raquel. But do you really think, like, I mean, and I guess if they got the balls, but considering like how many times and how long Liv and Rhea dealt with each other and the reaction to it at the end, that they would go back to that for WrestleMania?
Sure.
I don't even think Hunter is that stupid.
I'm just asking the question. Like, is any of this a red herring to put us off the scent of the finish, like Drew and Priest?
We've seen also in the
past.
Are
we putting Drew and Priest on TV together to throw us off the scent?
I remember too. We've seen time and time again before in Chambers. Like I think about Edge with the run up, knocking out Kofi Kingston and taking the spot.
They should do it to Logan. Fuck him. Kill him. Cena in his last year. You got to leave Vince McMahon alone. No, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's a scary thought.
Yeah, so these championship matches that we've got ahead of us, they're very funny looking. This whole WrestleMania is looking a little iffy. I was like, why does Revolution look like a better card?
What was the rumor for Logan Paul going into WrestleMania? Was it AJ?
It was originally like people were talking about Gunther. But he's locked into Jey Uso now.
Yeah. I heard people talking about AJ Styles, but I don't know.
Triple threat.
AJ is being discussed to have a match with Finn Balor, even though like the guy says in discussion. But the second AJ Styles came back and got into a feud with Dominic and Carlito, I think all of us knew AJ Styles versus Finn Balor was like the final destination. Like, okay, thank you, reporter man.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Rope gonna snap again.
No, I think they would have a really good match. AJ at WrestleMania
is for Cena if he doesn't win. But what's the direction for fucking Logan Paul?
He's got
because he's gonna be
he
there.
Can feud with. He's got. They can do celebrity things with him.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's somebody that we're not considering that they've never crossed paths before.
Does he try to avenge his boy Show Speed?
Or he'll have a match with his brother or some stupid shit like that.
Speed.
Yeah.
They have tried that, haven't they?
The Paul brothers, because of the Netflix connection.
I was gonna say they've tried to get Jake, haven't they?
Yeah, he said he wouldn't want to wrestle though.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he said he just want to be a manager or whatever.
Interesting.
Fuck them both. The last thing we were going to talk about tonight were some of these 2K25 reveals that happened over the past couple days. Greg, could you take the lead on this for a second, or the whole time, really? I need.
Get it, Greg.
I will do my best. Very recently, and by that I mean earlier today, or earlier yesterday, since it's like 4 a.m. here. They released several matches for the Bloodline storyline that they're doing. For the showcase mode. That was the term. It is basically what Paul Heyman calls it is an interactive documentary of the Bloodline dynasty throughout the WWF, including Rocky Maivia versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley back at Raw Thursday, I think, in the Manhattan Center, where Rock won his first Intercontinental Championship. That's a throwback. Nick, do you remember those days?
Oh, I do remember those days. I was getting distracted. I don't have a working throat. It's been like 2.5 hours.
Oh no.
All right, Greg, continue leading the way. You're covered for both of us now.
Gotcha. They also have High Chief Peter Maivia, who they debuted in a clip. So like the Bloodline influence is going very far back. Rikishi versus Stone Cold Steve Austin at No Mercy 2000, where Rikishi got his ass handed to him quite efficiently. In a showcase of dream matches, 3-minute warning versus the Authors of Pain, which is a very interesting setup, I thought.
That's truly someone's dream match out there.
What else do we have here? Oh, the OG Bloodline versus the New Bloodline in War Games. The Islanders, Haku and Tama versus the Street Profits.
That's the one I'm unironically very excited for. The Islanders.
OG and New Bloodline?
I just want me some Islanders. Give me Haku and Tama.
Yes.
Kill it.
Yeah. Haku being in a video game for the first time in a very long time is very interesting. There will be some more added to that. Yeah, High Chief Peter Maivia versus George the Animal Steel. That's an interesting pairing.
Now that's a dream match.
High Chief Freak Voice.
Yes. So for the matches where you pretty much repeat history, it is Yokozuna versus Hulk Hogan at King of the Ring 1993. This is significant to me. This is the event where Greg became a wrestling fan.
Wow.
Which is also very it gives me an interesting relationship with Hulk Hogan, because the first time I become the day I become a wrestling fan, Hogan leaves the WWF. And
what a coincidence.
And I have no idea what's happening with Hogan until like they are deep into the NWO gimmick.
Hogan was like, "Hold on, is that another one?" I'm out of here. I'm going down south.
I gotta go to Georgia. They ain't got those. I ain't got to deal with them down there.
Oh my god,
boy. Yeah. Reliving history. Rocky Maivia versus Hearst Helmsley on Raw, February 13, 1997. Nia Jax and Lyra Valkyria at King and Queen of the Ring, 2024. The Usos versus The New Day at Hell in a Cell 2017. John loves this match, let me tell you.
I love that fucking match. God damn it. That's a stupid spot in the corner with the kendo stick.
With the kendo stick across his face?
Yeah.
Oh, you know he was mad. Solo Sikoa versus Carmelo Hayes at NXT at September 13, 2022. And Solo Sikoa, Tamatanga, and Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens at Money in the Bank 2024. I do remember this match.
That's actually pretty crazy because that match was ass cheeks.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So I was like, I don't want to relive that.
because I remember thinking, why the fuck is the champion in this shit?
Change history matches. The Head Shrinkers, Samu and Fatu versus the Steiner Brothers at WrestleMania 9. Glad to see WrestleMania 9 back in the game personally.
Getting some representation there. I like the arena too.
Yeah, so the Head Shrinkers, you get to change this history by having the Head Shrinkers probably go over the Steiner Brothers. Rikishi versus Stone Cold Steve Austin at No Mercy 2000. Maybe Rikishi fights off that beating he gets. Umaga with the returning Armando Estrada versus John Cena at New Year's. Thank you for that, John.
You're welcome.
At New Year's Revolution 2007. Tamina versus Natalia versus Carmella versus Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. Money in the Bank 2017. Have fun playing that, y'all.
Wait, is that
the Money in the Bank match? The first women's Money in the Bank match.
Wait, who's in that match again?
Tamina, Natalia, Carmella, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch.
So that's
you get to have Tamina win.
So Tamina counts
as the bloodline. Yes,
I didn't know that.
It counts.
Okay, listen.
Was she on the tree?
Listen. You know how you know Tamina counts? Because the very next match is Bayley versus Naomi at Super Showdown 2020. Naomi counts.
Shit! Naomi counts. Okay, but she was on a tree. She
married into the tree, but
she was right in the middle of the tree. Like, was Tamina on a tree?
All right, I gotta look this up now.
I don't remember the tree, dog.
I remember the tree. The tree had Jacob Fatu on it. Okay.
I remember that, yes. But I remember people being upset that certain people were left off the tree, but I'm like, whatever. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at Royal Rumble 2022, the infamous Shield trolling.
I love that.
And Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40, so you get to have Roman Reigns win, and Cody doesn't get to finish his story.
The way it should have been.
Tamina's on the tree.
She's on the tree. Okay.
So
goddamn.
Deuce is there too.
Deuce gets to be on the tree.
Deuce gets to be on the tree.
This is ridiculous. Jimmy Snuka, you son of a bitch.
If you would have just caught Taker, everything would have been fine.
God, remember Cliff Compton?
Yeah, good.
I hated that guy.
I did too.
Man,
what a waste of everything.
I'm looking forward to
match time.
I'm looking forward to the Bloodline stuff on this 2K game. It'll be fun. But I mean, that's pretty much what we have to talk about.
You got the cutscenes back. That you got entrances and commentary back, so it'll feel like a full experience.
We also got like the complete control of the entrances. Like during the entrance, now you can switch up the camera angles.
Oh, dude, I'm so looking forward to that.
That's awesome.
That's crazy because that should have been in years ago. Like, how did we take so long to get here? Anyway,
you get like every entrance won't have to be the exact same anymore. You could just have a little fun with it. It'll make you want to go through them.
Yeah. For the people that care, because I care, man.
I care about it. I like messing with camera angles.
Camera B now. Her ass is out.
Especially for some people where like I don't know if you complain about this, but like when I see like someone has an entry with pyro and the camera doesn't clearly pick it up, it eats at me.
Yeah, no, big. I hate that you can pick all the angles for your entrance, and then sometimes it wants to switch up on you. I didn't ask you for alternates. I would have picked that myself. Thank you. Anyway, I did.
John's like, I'm a producer, motherfucker.
I does this anyway. 2K25. I'm sure we'll have some more things to say about it soon because it'll be out on March something. They don't
March
pay me.
March 7th for early access. March, I think 14th.
7th? We're that close?
Yes, we are. We're we're like 2 weeks away, my man.
Feels like they announced it yesterday.
I love when they do that.
unlike certain other companies. Fuck you, WB. Fuck you. Anyway, but that's us, man. 2K25 closes us out for the week. We will be back next week. As you know, DirshyRadio.com is live. So go over to DirshyRadio.com, listen to us, check up our news. We've got several new contributors who will be writing articles and reviews to go up with the news and rumors that are already up there every single day.
Rumors.
DirtSheetRadio.com. That's right. DirtSheetRadio.com.
Do we need a jingle?
I got this. Who's the dirt sheet? Who's the dirt sheet? No. Definitely check us out. Comicbookclick.com. Same place. It's just different doorway to get in. DirtSheetRadio.com, comicbookclick.com. Check us out. Listen to Major Issues. Listen to Dirt Sheet Radio. Join us on social media.
Follow us individually on social media.
Follow us individually. Nick passed me in followers. It surpassed me. It's beautiful. I love this. I am actually still trapped. I'll be out soon. I'll be out of jail soon.
You are?
We will be.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I've been they cut my reach and they demonetized me in November.
I remember you getting demonetized, yeah.
Yeah, and they cut my reach. So whatever you see is just plain old fashioned me talking to people that already follow me.
Speaking of which, boys, we just hit 38K.
38. He's gonna be at 40K. Nick will be at 50 before I ever start moving again. I hope
we move together.
Oh, duh. Dirt Sheet Radio. Dirt Sheet Radio. Check us out on Instagram, where we are we're very, very rapidly approaching 10,000 followers. We'll get there. We'll be there.
Do we have enough followers to get casted?
Not yet. Not yet. I would still drag a movie. I would still drag a movie down, actually. They can't. That's a crazy thing to exist. Anyway. We are live several times a week. We're live on Mondays after Raw. We're live on Tuesdays after NXT. We're live on Wednesdays after Dynamite, which is us, the Dirt Sheet Radio show. We're live on Thursdays after Impact, Fridays after SmackDown, and Saturday and Sunday after pay-per-views. You can also catch Major Issues live on this platform. You can catch the Otaku Cafe live talking about anime on this platform. You can catch 3NT Wrestling every Sunday on this platform. The Weekend Wrestling Roundup every Sunday on this platform.
Friday, we're going to be talking about WCW Monday Nitro's debut episode.
And, of course, the WCW Retro Podcast for now. For now. We'll see if it remains WCW. I feel like there's a finite amount of WCW anyway, so eventually it will run out of WCW.
We have approximately 300 more shows we can do.
We're approaching episode 200 of Dirt Sheet Radio. So many
clashes at those champions.
It passes very fast, man. Life comes at you very, very fast. Yeah, man, there's really 200 episodes already. What the fuck?
Oh, I'm in WCW.
Oh, no. Some of those can be excruciating. But other ones aren't. So make sure you check them out with Nick, Mac, and sometimes Robbie. But, man, that's us. So thank you for joining us. Follow us on social media. Nick LaRocco on Facebook. John Escudero on Facebook. Greg, not on Facebook.
No.
Don't follow him.
Don't follow him. He doesn't want you. He doesn't like you.
I will not accept it.
I don't want your accolades. Why is he? But thank you for joining us, everyone. I love you. Give me a kiss. Now go away.
Besos?
Now back off. You're giving me too much attention. You're smothering. You're smothering me. Have a good night, everyone. Or a good morning. Enjoy your day.
It's just me. Ooh, stay one.
Enjoy your douche.
No, stop it.
Jay Douche Show.